hate misery.
Mm-hmm.
The things that Eberron is free of.
Yeah.
He's cooking.
Let's see. Balthazar saw nothing but a black screen until that there's a sit rep.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's perspective, localized perspective. Anybody else have alternative
Sure.
viewpoints?
So we did the thing. We were in Kaladin's well, the house Lorander airport essentially. We were raiding it. We had to get the guy up out of there. He was a real bad hombre. Uh and yeah, we then we went down into his basement. We killed the clones. There were some slimes. I think I'm going back a little too far, uh, but it's fine. Pick basically can convince them not to kill us all because we already killed the clones, which was pretty clutch. Uh, Indigo pulled out a weapon on his team member. Tense moment. Also, I think Purser killed Baltazar, but not really Baltazar. But we got all past that. Went upstairs. Kaladin had turned himself into a 40-foot tall storm giant in the middle of the airport. We did what we do, and one thing led to another, and we killed him as well. And then I believe we had a sort of cooling down period where we were relegated to our quarters, the ship that we have docked here in Stormreach. And I think we had some interviews with like local authorities to figure out exactly what happened, why we did what we did, and to see if that, should lead to any further consequences for us. It seems like it went well. I don't think anybody's in chains or anything, or being beaten in a town square. Uh, so good on us. And I think that's like the last thing that I remember.
The
Yeah.
part of why we didn't like immediately get like jailed and or disappeared was just that Lyrandar was catching some major pushback from the church due to like basically not handling their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very like, why the fuck did you let this happen? Like, why didn't you do anything? Um, so we were getting some political backup, effectively.
Theocracy came to the rescue,
Yeah, yeah.
which is a fun sentence.
You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Please resist for the silver flame. Who knows?
Hmm.
But
Give me a reason.
yeah, yeah, that's that is true. The only things I can think to add would be that there there's some odd public opinions about what happened with a lot of you guys' actions being cast for some reason in the light of, oh, they must have been doing it on the Storm Lord's command, kind of casting you as one more instrument in the arsenal of the people who control the city. And the House Lyrander itself uh, did have some, I won't say looting, but some seizures that happened where some of their warehouses were. "Hey, you might have dark magic in here. We should grab this one. It's full of who knows what. Oh, valuables. Well, we'll keep it." By the Stormlords themselves, the city government. Lyrander has, as of now, stopped all services to Mishann and Neosire. They are quite upset about things, but the Wilkes family did agree to send a ship to basically try and open up the docks, but it's going to take a while to get there, naturally. The docks are basically frozen as back in Mishann, as the people running them just they haven't left, which is a good sign, but they are not working. And the weather control tower that's there is also not functioning, which isn't disastrous right away, but could be terrible for crops in the relatively long run. But yeah, As far as personal consequences, it hasn't been too bad yet. Prince Orgev himself wasn't thrilled about this, but it's one of those. He's kind of just waiting with bated breath to see what happens. Purser's leadership, I guess we could just say, has really been pulling some weight. As Metro pointed out, they seemed to object to some lines that were crossed by this individual. So,
Naturally.
yeah, that is a saving grace, so to speak. Yeah,
We were also
outside of
asked by the Wilkes lady to the widower who eventually that initially brought our attention to the Lyrandar guy problem, requested that we take her son under apprenticeship for a couple years so that he can mature and maybe get some of that thrill seeking out of his system.
or at least convince him to do some adventuring. Like she seems to
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
something to get him out of his socialite phase. Yeah.
And but that would help him kind of stop being so, I guess, gullible for.
Well, yeah, that's the
Uh,
least of his problems. He's not a great guy.
but yeah, we did agree to do that in exchange for her full approval of Mishann and her aid in sparing boats and stuff like that. So we have agreed to talk to him.
And she gave you that is true. Thank you for reminding me. She did give you guys tickets, basically in the the front row seats, so to speak, next to his, or like in he has a private box, but there's seats near it. Basically, you guys get those seats. You said strike up a conversation, that type of thing. But yeah, with that in mind, we hop in here. Start date. Go. Probably wrong. That is. There we go. Alright, yeah, we'll do people's level ups here first. Purser, over the next few days, you have another breakthrough in your spell casting. Maybe it's because of your closer tie to the flame, or maybe it's something that changed with fulfilling the conditions set by the Queen of Death, but you can channel more power than ever before, and you don't have that odd weight on your chest that it wasn't, I would say blocking, but it was a constant pressure there since you were brought back. It seems to have dissipated. Your skill with spatial magic has been growing by leaps and bounds recently, and your connection with portals has helped you come up with a spell that should let you handle a localized teleportation for 5 creatures at once. The power of the Silver Flame can be used to compel others to speak only the truth, a fairly common use among the governing clergy back in Thrain, and one that you can now duplicate with surprisingly little effort. Hick, it's taken some time to adjust being so far away from your home islands, but it seems like your body has finally adapted. The mainland in this strange city may not be very pleasant, but somehow you feel healthier than ever before. Maybe it's being this far away from the Dolor Manifest Zones. Grand Priest Iktril Ka always said that Kalik had long ago adapted to the energies of Dolor, but there's no way to become completely immune to the effects of that place slowly sapping at your vigor. So it seems like you're feeling, in addition to stronger, just healthier. City's still probably not your favorite place, but that's nice.
That's nice.
Balthazar, something has changed after your very recent resurrection. Your memory
Oh boy.
of that time in the afterlife is vague and indistinct, probably mercifully, but you swear you can remember words of encouragement in Giant. The spectral armor you learned from the Grave Wardens comes easier than ever before, and the technique finally makes sense. When you test it out, there's an overwhelming burst of energy as you're able to manifest a full set of translucent bronze armor adorned with symbols of Karek, the ancient god of death and judgment, to the giants. The colors of this are muted, as always, but there is an unmistakable majesty to the whole thing. With this kind of protection, even magical energy will have a harder time damaging you, and you'll be able to put more force behind your words. Poniard, it has been a harrowing re-entry back into the field of adventuring. And after a few years of relative inactivity, your skills had gotten a bit rusty. Not really a bad thing, but it was jarring. Joining the McKay has already gotten rid of that rust and more. You feel as nimble and deadly as you've ever felt, and you're confident that you've reached a level that most thieves can only dream of in your acrobatic and dexterous feats. Leo, your time with McKay has put many of your abilities to the test, but you're definitely growing as a result. Your connection to that strange, almost indistinct figure in Arian, always a quiet force in the back of your mind, has strengthened, and you find yourself channeling more of that plane's energies. In a direct way, you gain some of that infinite sense of hope that could turn what should have been a failure into a success. You just have to, I don't know if I'd say believe, but it's when hope can actually manifest a change in things, I don't know if I'd call it faith. Your spell work has improved as well, with you being able to weave a protective dome of golden light around yourself, similar to what you'd seen Mercy do so many times. The other spell that you've gained should help you communicate with others, erasing the language barrier that could have held you back previously. And Indigo, among the fortune's worth of valuables that the party looted from the Falconer Spire, a specific book caught your eye when you were sorting through what to sell. A translated work from the ancient giant realm known as the Suliat League.
Ah, fuck.
Adaxius's Folly. It seems like a cross between an academic study and a scathing political treaty. It mostly covers the rise of Prince Adaxius, aka the Hellfire Prince. He was the second ever Titan who transformed himself into an avatar of the Overlord Karnarava. The book detailed Adaxius' arrogance and horrific hedonistic excesses that allowed him to begin his transformation. What's interesting is that while the book condemns Adaxius and praises the 6 heroes that defeated and bound him, you could easily recreate some of the early fiendish transformative effects by following the very detailed descriptions within. Specifically, the one that stands out to you is how to obtain Devil's Sight. It seems both simple and useful. With a rough incantation, some magical energy, and an oath spoken with desire in one's heart, it could work. And the oath is 17. It's less of a pact and more of a, this could be fun.
With these eyes, I see that which is denied me.
When spoken, your eyes burn terribly and your vision goes dark. For a terrifying moment, you think you might be blind, but then the world slowly comes into focus, offering a clarity that you've never had before. And yet, while all of you grow in various ways, the few days following the death of Calendon offer an out-of-season rainstorm that would flood the streets of most cities. Luckily for Stormreach, it was built to deal with much worse seasonal floods that usually hit earlier in the year. So while it does mean some of the streets look like small rivers during your house arrest, we'll call it, no real damage is done to the city itself, as it all flows down into the massive drains that are commonplace. The rain does stop before, like, I would say probably 2 a.m. on the first of the month. And the opening games, the opening of the annual games at the Red Ring Arena looks like it'll be without major incident. As you guys wake up or probably just gather back to a breakfast type meal or just meeting, and it looks to be a particularly sweltering day as the heated air causes clouds of fog to form above every body of water in the city, including the harbor here, obscuring, well, just about everything 10 feet out from your face for the first half of the day. In spite of that, you can hear the city is definitely gearing up for a full, I won't say productive, because who's to say in a pirate city what a productive day is, but it definitely sounds like the city is going full tilt. As you guys all kind of get your wits about you for the day ahead, there is a delivery for Poniard via a House Orion post. It's a small box with stamps and postage, marking it as originating in Sharn.
Oh, fun. Yeah, I take it back to my quarters and I open it.
Okay. Opening the package reveals a tiny mechanical figurine of an anthropomorphic cricket and a violin. There is a note included. And 1 sec here. Seems like it arrived a bit late, given the postage, but given that it had to cross an ocean, it's not
Oh,
terrible. But
oh, Sam.
this is actually from Jason, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, but so there are instructions that describe how to activate the bit of artifice. There's a switch on the back with a few different settings: babbling brook, rainy night, ocean waves, etc. When turned on, the cricket begins playing the violin and dancing a slow dance in a circle. The sound produced isn't like actually a babbling brook or rainy night, but rather a small musical piece that seems meant to evoke that bit of nature. It doesn't, no mechanical effect, but a belated birthday gift.
oh.
Are you gonna show the class?
Yeah, I can. Let's see. Game chat. Boom.
But yeah, as Pani shows off this little mechanical Jiminy cricket with a violin type.
You said it's from Jason.
That is, yeah.
Was Crutch like his other character?
Crutch was his Warforged character, who is now, what's the term? Not governor. He's on like the seat of people that govern like different districts in Sharn.
Viceroy? Is that what it was?
Bailiff.
Magister?
Something like so he sits on a council basically. I think he replaced
Yeah.
the giant owl, or one of the giant owls.
Like there's like 12 of them or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Just like everything else in Eberron.
It is odd, but yeah, he in the epilogue he ran against with basically with mob backing, he successfully ran against someone in a city government position, and now kind of runs one of the districts in Shar, or at least passes laws there. But yeah.
Those two things are not mutually exclusive in Shaw.
Yeah, it's. I mean, he did have mob backing, so how much he actually does, but
Oh, Clan Boromar.
yeah.
Ah, Pani has such a fun backstory.
But yeah, so you guys,
Oh,
the first part of the day, we will say, is taken up with Gyotozo heading to the arena. We are going to deal with that in a flashback, as I mentioned previously, for the sake of not having Scott miss his own thing. But with that in mind, it is about noon the same day. We did a bit of a time skip. And the world is your oyster. What would you guys like to do? Your own first match isn't for a full week.
Well, what I would do is first day I'm actually alive again. I get up, get off the ship, stand at it, stretch my.
You've been alive for a few days, but yeah,
Oh, a few days.
you're still
Okay,
stiff.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
It's been
official day
about
we're
3 days
actually doing something.
since that happened. Yeah, in game.
Doing the stretches and all that. He feels rejuvenated with the new level. And he thinks of his honey-do list. I think he's basically he's done all this.
Yeah, it is. Everything is coming up Balthazar right now. It is other than death. It's looking good. Okay, so some rigorous calisthenics. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to pursue or things like that?
Yeah, I wanted to, upon hearing the cricket, I, I wanted to ask Pani. I think that song sounds familiar. Where do I know that from?
I mean, you're Sharnborn as well as I. Could be from any number of places. I'm not super musically inclined.
Do I recognize a song, TM? Is it a
Um, one or
popular?
two, one or two of the songs sound like refurbished things from popular operas and things like that, but
Mm,
it's mostly little tidbits. I feel like copyright strikes are probably less of an issue, but that
yeah.
has more to do with like the ability to enforce than a lack of desire for monopolistic nonsense. Yeah, I would say probably some of the songs he might have swiped from popular operas and things like that and just kind of stripped out. It's just an instrumental thing of it. It's just a violin rendition.
Mm. Um, did your friend Crutch? Did he actually make this?
I Tanya just like turns the cricket in her hands. I never really knew him to be much. I mean, he could have. I'm not sure.
He's not a musician, but he is a pretty skilled artificer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Huh. Um, and then I want to like just kind of like learn the tune. It reminds Indigo of being at home a bit. It's been quite a while, and I really miss Sean.
Poniard would let you listen to the music, but she's not letting anybody really like handle the cricket.
It does look very fragile. Probably pretty protective. Yeah, that's fair. Um,
Instead of trying to
yeah,
handle it, I think I'm probably just trying to like play along with it. Let's
okay,
see,
okay. Yeah.
31.
It blows up. No, the yeah, it's once again these are some of it's familiar. Like you don't have time to go through like the whole repertoire of
Yeah.
it. I imagine she doesn't want to bring it out too much, but the Yeah, it's pretty easy to get a couple of these tunes
Yeah.
down. It's
I
I won't
got
say
the chord
elevator
progression.
music, but it's just instrumental music, instrumental versions of popular opera things.
When I was young, growing up in Sharn, I I never was really good at academic studies, which was disappointing for my parents. But I always did very well in my music lessons. Uh, so I would spend hours in the conservatory just going through different tomes, and I think I remember actually playing this one, singing the ledgers for it.
Uh, the music that I listened to was generally not quite so operatic. You know, bawdy tavern songs and the like. But um, I have grown more of an appreciation of music since meeting my friend Damon Puck.
Actually, Damon Puck is a name that definitely Indigo would be familiar with. Honestly, I feel like Leo might know that too. He's a he's a probably one of the most popular um musicians the last few years. Like has a House Fjarlin contract, did tours. It was a real big for doing like his shtick was Irish like anthems almost
Mm.
as a mourner himself, but he pulled in pretty big crowds.
Have I played with him before?
Um, Probably not. The Fjarlin contract would have been a
Mm,
bit of a bugaboo, but
yeah.
you've definitely heard of him. It's like
Mhm.
he's not like Elvis or something, but he's
Yeah.
definitely a well-known like, oh yeah, that's known.
Yeah. Mm.
Just
Uh,
casually dropping that I'm friends with Freddie Mercury.
essentially.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Uh,
doesn't
I
have that
would
mustache power.
maybe now that my house ties are not as severe, if I ever make my way. But how is he doing? Have you heard from him? Is he still performing?
He has been, unfortunately, just with his tours, and when he's not touring with Fjarland, he stays more on the south of the continent. Last I remembered, I don't know if he wasn't really interested in going through Midway and settling on the Capernian Islands. Um, Sam. He was staying where New Hope, if I remember correctly.
Um, a little bit of everywhere. Yeah, I think there was an element of that, but it was there was also some unresolved with his son. He was trying to get someone to like theoretically, could I call on you if I had a beef with Morden? And then he'd get a lot of slam doors, or Mordain rather. Uh,
Oh God! What? No. No.
well, that's typically been the reaction. But
Look, when Poniard has been muttering under her breath, is like, this sucks, but it wasn't as bad as Mordain's tower. Like she's not being insane. She actually did that shit.
Wait,
I mean,
wait, wait. Hold on. So, two things. First, if we ever do run across Mr. Punk, please introduce me. And two, you were in Mordain's tower?
Yeah, it was a fucking nightmare.
Well, I've heard. Do the walls really crawl with flesh?
Yeah, that's an apt description. And then just body horror things came out to attack us. We had to go through a forest of flesh and thorn and blood and steel. And he was a very interesting person to deal with. Yeah, it was, the entire situation was bad.
I assume you killed him.
No.
Kidding. Obviously, killing Mordain would be nearly impossible, if not completely. At least I've heard.
I would rather fight 5 of the assholes that we just killed than even speak to Mordain again. Though that said, if Damon ever really needed my help against him, I wouldn't be able to say no.
What does one do against someone who truly is immortal?
Pray that you don't get added to his flesh tower. That he'll just kill you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like Pig's just sitting there listening to this exchange while loudly eating grapes.
I have a question for the GM. At level 11, with a monk, my dice, and my astral self, is my fist now breaking the sound barrier?
I would say no, but that's just because I want to have that moment later down the line.
Okay.
That'll be a cool, like, in the 4th tier of play moment where your fist breaks sound. That's when I would think that type of, like, true superhero-esque stuff starts happening. Right
All right.
right now you're in that weird, like, power scaling is fucked area where, like, you're completely out of the junior leagues, but the top level stuff is still lethal. Like, you can do it, it's just lethal.
It's like
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, honestly, good apt analogy.
It's like you can get a lot higher, but you're better than most things.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can beat the Punisher,
Yeah.
Let's be fair
and,
though.
and
A
he's
lot
just
of people can beat the Punisher.
and
He
he's just a
looks
roided
like
out.
he's having fun. Like,
He's just a roided out dude with a endless arsenal.
but anyway,
Baltazar. Baltazar is up here, right?
I'm on the top deck practicing my new moves. So you just see a purple like figure, just like doing martial arts, and like obscene, insane levels to like WWE, but like at double speed, and it's clearly not script. He's just going like just like, oh, I'll do this now. I'll do this trick now.
Mm. Baltazar, I heard you say something once, and I was slightly curious about it.
You'll stop doing pseudo breakdancing and just like kick himself back on his feet.
Do you have the ability to see through darkness?
Yes, I do.
Very good. Well, let's try it out.
As long as this is on, and he points to his head.
I'm gonna cast darkness just right in front of him. Like and then I'll wave my hand and I'll put 2 fingers up and say, "How many fingers am I holding up?"
How many fingers is he holding up?
2. I'm holding up 2.
You see, his astral self has actually changed ever since like he has his full body now. It's now instead of instead of a stand, it's like at just a full blown like almost like a almost a mirror image on top of him, but not an actual one.
I always envision that level where you can manifest the whole thing. This is gonna date me comically, but their Naruto thing where he would have like
Sasuno.
he'd have like a bubbling cloak of energy. That's how I always imagined Max.
I never got that far,
Astral
and I
Self
don't
going.
remember.
That's fair. I think that like Star Platinum is more of like where most people's head would
I mean,
go.
it's also way more in the current zeitgeist, so people immediately think it's a stand.
Guys, I didn't watch JoJo's. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Magical darkness, dark vision. Okay.
120, I believe.
Let me see the details for how your helm works.
Hold on, I'll post it. I believe I basically have Drow like dark vision when it's on.
Right, but it's I just want to check because the spell darkness itself is a little different.
It does state magical darkness. Let me see. It should be visage.
Okay.
You could see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
Oh, I love that this is the one person that test doesn't work. So he actually can't see through it. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
I basically, if I use a key point and have it my head on, I basically have super Drow dark vision.
Yeah, no, I like it. I just think that's hilarious. It's like the one person who can legit see through the magic. I mean, that opens up some interesting combo options, but yeah.
It just hasn't come up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see my purple chain. I just have 2 fingers up,
Huh.
and I'm looking right at you with it.
You are truly terrifying.
Thank you.
However, I think that could be very useful in the near future.
By the way, this never
I
ends
should
up
I should have done
actually.
I should have done the Elastic Man thing and just have my arms extend and have 2 fingers right in front of them.
Mm.
This never actually comes up, but if anybody wants to come up with cool like combo attacks, a la like what would be the most popular reference? The Avengers. Metro will like that one. Like in the one
I'm gonna
like
kill you.
like in
You're
the
gonna fall
scene.
from your ceiling in the
Captain
night.
America, Iron Man, laser
Yeah.
off the shield.
There you go. Yeah, like if anybody can come up with cool stuff like that, you have to let me know beforehand so I can try and think of something. But I'm happy
I
to
think
make that like a cool.
I think for sure
thing.
dropping Baltazar into an area full of enemies and then dropping darkness on top of him, with an Indigo going into probably. would
That's
be
not a
probably-
combo move. That's just a combat strategy.
Stop! He's already dead.
Can be
It's
a combo.
It's a combo attack if Indigo literally throws him into the crowd. Like if
Exactly. Yeah, it's just got to be flashy enough, and then it goes from strategy to move.
And I do have a new attunement slot open, so who knows?
There you go. Yeah. So, while abilities are being tested and birthday gifts are being showed off, was there anything else anybody wanted to do today?
Can we talk about the magical gear and the money and do we want to parse through and see who wants what?
That is a good point. I need to equip my Ondaran cloak.
I looked
That's
through it and
fair.
I didn't really see much that I was interested in, unfortunately.
I don't think I actually read
Flashy. Damn wizards.
So we did get some really good equipment on top of everything else. Ring of Free Action is spectacular no matter who gets it.
What is it? Ring of what?
Free Action. It's just
yeah.
movement.
I mean, do you want me to literally turn into a fucking speeding missile?
Yes.
I mean, my old ring's gone.
It is. But so as far as what your cloak actually is, I don't know if I mentioned before, it is a cloak, is a mantle of spell resistance. Mechanically.
Yeah, where is it?
Oh.
It's in the. If you want, I can drag it onto your sheet from.
Okay.
Isn't ring? Isn't that thing just you take half damage from L casting?
Kinda, not quite, but it's very similar. One sec. Let's just open up Leo. Drag it on.
I also assumed, Baltazar, that you would be taking the Staff of Lightning and Thunder. It just seems like the natural fit.
No, I'm good.
Really?
There we go.
How interesting.
I don't want a staff. I don't really practice with it. I mean, it's a staff. It's a quarter staff. It is a bit nice, but I think my astral self is more potent. The lightning will be nice, but
There you go. You now have a mantle added.
Thank you.
I am shocked.
Not as much as if you'd kept the staff, though.
I mean, it is a nice it is a nice staff, but I mean, I gotta see what it even is. Let's see, thunder.
I mean, it does quite a bit.
Yeah, it makes attacks deal 2d6 extra lightning damage, and you can make it loud and stun.
I don't actually have to hit him with the staff. It's just my fist do it.
Well,
It says when you hit someone with the staff, you do an extra 2d6 lightning, and then for the thunder, when you hit with the melee with the staff, you can cause the staff to emit a crack of thunder, and it causes them to be stunned. So you could also just use that for stunning instead of your key.
Yeah, but
Lightning strike, you can shoot lightning. 96 lightning damage. Pretty good.
Yeah,
I say maybe just to have that as a backup. I like my con save is better on my actual stun. I have 11 key now. Even if I'm extra generous with it, I usually don't run out.
Okay. And
I'll consider this. I'll consider the staff. Free action. I'll be good for either me. It could be good for Indigo. be able to loot everyone, but people who are mobile and constantly move, yeah.
I mean, this is just my pro
would be.
wizard propaganda speaking, but I would say give that one is great for casters because casters are so comically fucked when when hit with like any type of like binding or otherwise restraining, paralyzing stuff. I mean,
It's
I
a
guess
problem
everyone
for
is to a
being
certain extent, but casters especially.
Poniard
Let's see.
wants to know if she can get the Bracers of the Wind.
Please.
And can we use some of the money that we got, like the 500 platinum pieces, and selling off the things that we don't want for her to get a magic short bow? Because there's been a couple of times where her not having a magic bow has been a kick in the dick.
We do have a lot of money in dragon shards right now.
You guys are kind of sitting on
I
some
was gonna say,
serious
we
coin.
can-
I
Like,
do
even
wonder how easy it is, like, to exchange this at this point, because it seems kind of like walking into a bank and putting the Hope
a-
Diamond on the table and then being like,
We are
"Figure
in
it out,
Storm
stupid. Where's
Reach.
I
my
was gonna
money?"
say we are in shit. We're in Vegas in the 50s. We could fucking literally give them literally bloodstained money and they'll take it.
That's
like
fair.
that is one of the many upsides of this lovely city is that going into the marketplace, especially if you find the right people, they anything and everything is for sale or up or eligible to be purchased. So it's a big purchase, but there's like three places that would buy those Kyber mega shards off you, the greater Kyber shards off you right away.
At the very least, between those and the hard currency, we've got 31,000 gold in acquisitions.
Minus 2,000 for the res.
29,000 gold.
And actually, I now that I think Leo could have healed Purser's ruptured eardrums, but
I can restoration as well. I just
oh, okay, you did it yourself. Okay, yeah. So just 2K off then, yeah. So yeah, you guys are sitting on some coinage there. So I think
So the answer to Poniard's question is yes.
yeah, that would be a yes.
Awesome. If we can, why did that not save? If I can also, a +2 would be amazing. I'll settle for whatever we can get.
+2, I mean, you could get both. +2 will just be very expensive. So, like, the
Pick-
cost difference between an uncommon and a rare is comical.
I was gonna
Pick
say
would only
my
ask to
belt.
replace her healing potion, but she otherwise is not.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't necessarily understand the magic items available in this area and doesn't care about money. So she's just like, I used my healing potion. I feel like I should have one just in case.
I'm just going through my inventory. The wicked boots, Jojo took those, right?
Yes. Jotsuzo has the winged boots, and it has paid off tremendously several times to have a flying thing.
All right, I got the figurine still. Let's see here. I got the tattoo. Well, I'm assuming when I died and all that, you guys grabbed the tattoo. I think it leaves my body and goes back into like a jar. We're going to hand wave and say you saved that.
The tattoo reverts back into basically a like solidified thing of ink, and yeah, you have that, no problem.
All right. My belt. What was it? Yeah, my dragon belt. Let's see, where is it? I forgot what version it is. I think it's the very rare version. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the very rare version. I don't think we'll be upgrading that even with all that money.
No, you're on some pretty Gucci stuff already.
I was gonna say maybe if I grab all the money and sell this shit and sell the boat, maybe I'll get the ultra one.
Maybe. Once you're past very rare, like
Yeah,
it's not a matter of the money. It's a matter of like I'd be happy to sell you this if I had it.
Yeah, or it's time to go to the elemental plane of Gucci.
Yeah, exactly.
The plane of Balenciaga. That's where we get it.
Sam, mechanics question. Does using a short bow count as a magical weapon attack even if my arrows are mundane?
Yes, it does.
Thank God. Poniard will probably turn on like the cat eyes to like just beg for a short bow +2, but that's party discretion.
Do it. Get it. Do what you want.
It's 500 gold. So.
Oh shit! All right, yeah, fucking dropping that shit in. Sweet.
See, I have
We
no
should
stake in
find-
the actual items, but I will fight people over the scribing materials and the dragon shards.
Gotcha. I mean, Poniard. Yeah.
If anyone fought you for that, it would be like, why?
I already killed
Wouldn't-
Balthazar. I'll kill the rest of you too for this ink.
What are you gonna do with
Alright.
it? I don't know. I just didn't want him to have it.
Hey, is this lightning thing been attuned yet? I'm gonna stun lock the Purser.
Up to you. Probably
Not hurt him. I'm just gonna stun lock him until he starts crying.
I don't think you've attuned to it yet, but yeah, if you're just going for a standard +1 Pawnee, then yeah, it's 500 gold. You're
What's the cost for a +2?
+2 could go up to 5k, but that's up to you for if I mean you have the funding available to go bigger.
How much do we have in total?
We
29.
have a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we just got
at least-
29
It's at least 29k.
Okay.
plus what we had before, which I think
Exactly.
was
Yeah, and I don't know
mean,
how much
funds
you had
were
before.
starting to bleed low because we were spending a lot, but
So we've got
It's,
25,475 GP plus random change.
Okay.
we have
Say,
25.
I'm just quickly looking
Yes.
up monk stuff.
Oh, probably that's already been a like the wizarding costs have already been taken out for all the spells.
That's after the cost of the raised dead.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I thought it was 29 was the total what you had. Okay. Before raised dead and everything.
But yeah, so the reason Poniard would be asking for a +2 short bow because with Racers of the Wind, I as a bonus action I can cause the next ranged weapon attack I make this turn to ignore partial cover and have double the normal short and long ranges. So I can like from across the map go like, yeah, I don't like you, fuck you. Just
The short bow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, then in that case, are you willing to just be like, I don't need to haggle and just pay top dollar, or did you want to try and haggle a bit?
yeah, I mean, I'm Sharnborn. I'm absolutely going to haggle. Even if I completely flub it, I gotta try.
you could ask
Okay,
for
okay.
help.
So you could. That would probably. Yeah. No, you know what? It's don't listen to that. Just do do the stage.
You can have advantage. No.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to find any other monk stuff. The only things I can find are insane fuck you ones.
Well, I know there need to be some potion refilling and stuff, which that is some wisdom from our little fluffy moth person. Potions are always good, but as far as your
Got some good potions out of there, though. I think it said we have what? Sorry, 2 superior, 2 elixirs of health, 1 potion of heroism, and 1 potion of gaseous form. So
Yep.
we're
I mean, she could literally just take one of those. It's just like, here you go, pick. That is an
What is it?
option too.
Potion of gaseous form.
yes.
So under party loot, let's see here. We have 2 superior healing potions, 2 elixir of health potions, 1 potion of heroism, 1 potion of gaseous form.
Okay, I'll take a superior healing potion.
I'm having a problem
usually-
of I'm looking up magic items for monk, and I'm getting the new D5e version shit.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
here.
I apparently never scrolled up in party loot.
The pain.
Um,
There's some cool stuff, but it's all 2024 version.
Yeah, don't go off that. Yeah, I'm not sure, but as far as Pawnee's thing, Pawnee, give me a persuasion roll, or if you wanted to, take help. I don't know if you need to do that. You could maybe have advantage.
Yeah, no, she can actually probably have a bit of fun. Hey, Indigo, what's your
Yes.
persuasion?
Available.
Okay.
All right, I probably will
Tim or
just take
Leo?
the staff of thunder and lightning just for the lightning thunder clap. I'll just have it like on me, but I'll just
You know,
because
Okay,
I could have it on me, but unarmed strike, I don't technically need to use my fists. I can always plus I have my astral fist, so I technically can have that on me. I just don't use it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, sure, I'll wield it. Let me just put that on my sheet real quick.
There you go.
So,
It seemed a shame not to give it to you.
Connie, did you?
yeah, with Indigo tagging along and kind of like maybe
Yes,
doing.
absolutely. Let's do it. Let's go. I will also would like to look for maybe something that could help me be a little bit less slow. In my old age, I don't quite move as fast as I used to.
How old are you?
It's like
230.
20.
Sure, 20. No, I am
I mean, cool.
I'm older than him.
237 years old.
Okay, I'm a tenth of his age.
Uh,
So he's like in his prime, Elfior, so like,
yeah.
he's still pretty young.
That's it. My guy is
Okay,
27. My
18?
guy is actually he should be 28 now, but still, he's a half elf, so that's still old.
18 with the assist.
Okay, with the assist, you're able to keep it from being sky high prices, but I would say there's still like you're not gonna get a bargain, but you'll get a decent price as opposed to just like the immediately hit you with the out of towners price. I would say 2,500 basically. It's the like, it's a rare item. Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Okay. If that could be taken out of the party funds.
Sorry, how much? I'm distracted. with other math as well.
2,500.
Thank you.
All the maths. By the way, I feel like Purser should get. I mean, I think he already has this just by virtue of being the accountant, but I feel like Purser has like unquestioned authority in spending stuff on wizard things because he's the one doing the banking.
Oh, yeah.
As DM, I rule that he has unquestioned.
I mean, honestly, Poniard would
access.
absolutely agree with that. Like that.
Oh,
makes
I
sense to
know,
her.
it's just
I
because
did
it saves
secretly
me.
embezzle money for scribing materials to help Indigo.
That's, you know what? That's fair.
I mean,
It's
if you
that-
hadn't, I would be disappointed.
Yeah.
Hick is very concerned about the cash flow of the party.
We can
Why?
tell.
Yeah, that sounds like Pick. I remember she was
Just
she was
the
real
constant
hard.
haranguing
Super
about it.
money. Yeah.
Speaking of, oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thing.
Yeah. Just real. I don't know what level of stuff you can find in the market. Is it usually like uncommon and
In
common
this one,
stuff?
I would say very rare, but very rare might have some caveats that like more than just cost. They might be like, oh, can you go trash my rival's stall or something? And yeah, then we're willing to do business. Or I don't know,
Would
something equally
totally
shady.
do that.
Oh, I know you guys would, but I'm just that's
I'm eyeballing either the cloak of the bat or either the boots of or the slippers of spider climbing, or either of those feasible?
you guys didn't you have the slippers at one point, or maybe you sold them off? I think you might have had a slippers of spider climbing, but I think the party did sell them. But yeah, you could definitely get a slippers of spider climbing. And cloak of bat. Let me look at it here. I think you could find it.
And I do spend one of my own gold pieces to get 20 more arrows.
Is fair. Rare. Yeah. Yeah, I would say you could get both. Perfectly viable.
All right. If the group is okay with it, obviously, I would ask. Sometimes I do have
bat is going to be a little pricier, but like that's still within the rare, so no higher than 5k max.
I'm obviously willing to make up for this use of funds within the party. Does anyone disagree with me spending the money?
Man, I don't care.
Dude.
I mean, if it makes us more likely to survive another enemy like Kaladin, then yeah.
Worlds more.
It's also like your fair share of the money. Go ahead.
Yeah, to be fair, it's one of those like The party has been very good about like no one gets too handsy. It's everybody's kind of share a share.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I'll take it.
All right.
Yeah, just tell me how
So
much it is.
the initial cost they're gonna quote you at is 4,200.
Oh, that's much too high. Do you think I could get it for 3,007?
Give me a persuasion roll. It does help that you threw out an alter.
Persuasion. 26.
Yeah, you're breaking their various body parts, but they're willing to give it to you for 3,800.
Sold.
And now, with that deal going off, what was Leo doing?
Oh, I was gonna look into how much the real estate stuff would cost if I wanted to get property for the embassy, because the
Okay.
dude said
Actually
that he
do
would
have
approve it
something.
as long as I paid for the land and stuff.
Yeah. No, I do have something. Oh, I mean, you paid for the land and you needed to talk to the queen and be like and mention that to
Yes.
her. But yeah,
Right.
it
I mean,
doesn't
also
hurt to have
obviously
the
I'm gonna have some, like, I've had letters in rotation. I think that's fair to say. Like,
that's yeah. You know what? That is very fair. Probably making use of the House Civis resources, which you could definitely waive the cost of that if it's like, yeah, it's on Queen's business type thing.
mhm.
She probably has an account where you can
Right
for a
on, yeah.
house thing, House Civis thing.
Just cost of
Uh,
business sort of thing.
yeah. Well, I mean, you're supposed to be her agent in the world, so. Let's see here. I do have. Okay. There we go. So, where were you looking into exactly? If I remember correctly, Whitewash was
Yeah, it's the
that's like
place
the
with all the
Undaring
Undarens
district.
hanging out. That's like
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah. Level of contempt there. Um, yeah. So it is I won't say cheap, but this isn't. While it is definitely a nicer district, it's not going to be like the rock bottom prices you'd get elsewhere. It is surprisingly affordable as long as it's being kind of communally used and it's not a private residence.
Mhm.
So it probably be for a basically a house-size building that you could refurbish. It'd be around 500 gold.
That's
And
it?
then at least for like a two-story home, basically that you could refurbish. If
Yeah.
you wanted to go up in opulence and like I want to buy like a huge house or a much bigger building to refurbish, the price can go up, obviously. But that's your starting point for dropping something to be used as like to
Well, I'm
be
concerned
used.
with going for a higher initial price because I also have to like renovate it, right? I have to
Yeah,
actually turn it into
there
the
is some
thing.
cost for furnishing and
So if I go up to like 1,500, and then I also need to drop another like 2 grand or something on fixing it up. I don't know what that would cost, but like, it's home ownership is a fucking sunk cost.
This
Like, you
is
lose.
peak D&D, guys. When you start thinking about how much it's going to take to flip this property, you
Okay,
know
so
you've made it.
the party back in Mishann, like a lot of the old hands have homes and
Me.
they pay taxes for up to a year's. Like this, I lean into this fully.
No, here's
Straight-
the thing. I've watched a lot of HGTV, and I know how fucking money negative this
I
is.
look.
Like, it's
Luckily, this is not part of the like. It's early capitalist dystopia, which means it actually looks relatively positive from the ground up. Social mobility is still functional. They haven't gotten to late capitalist hell. So, home ownership
God,
is
what a
still
dream.
is still relatively affordable, especially in like Stormreach is not the vacation destination that you might think. Like there's if you're willing to pay hard cash, you can get a pretty decent place, even in one of the better districts.
I think just getting like the 2-story house is probably fine, and we'll expand as we go. Like, this is a starting point to jump
Okay.
off of.
Yeah. So like I said, about 500 gold.
Okay.
and another 250 for furnishings.
Okay, so 750 total.
750 total. Yeah, if you want to
Okay,
drop it.
how's my hunt for filling the position of like someone to manage the place?
Okay, well, how active? Like the party has been very busy.
Yeah, I imagine
do
this like what all of the stuff I'm describing. I don't think that my thing is like an afternoon the way that theirs is. I imagine that there's a level of like this is just kind of what Leo's doing on his downtime for a while.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, you had 3 days. Like that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. It was a little bit fuzzy of a timeline. It was raining like hell during that, but you could have definitely gone out as
gotcha.
long as it wasn't like during your house arrest period, which was only a day long. So,
Yeah.
okay. So going out and asking around, uh, in Whitewash, give me a. I feel like this is either this feels like a kind of a social gathering thing almost. So give me a charisma skill. Give me a charisma check because it's kind
Okay.
of broad.
I think Leo would also be willing to like basically reach out to home
Mhm.
for assistance, like try to find someone to come live here, but he doesn't expect
Oh,
that that would
okay.
actually
Yeah, you know
succeed.
what? If you used your contacts with the queen and you did just buy a house, yeah, you have advantage. We'll save for it. So give me charisma with
You have to
advantage.
live in Stormreach, but you get a house.
Oh no, that's
Gosh.
gonna be a
Ooh,
12.
tough sell.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's a pretty decent house in the north side of Chi-Town, but it's in Chi-Town.
So in with a 12, you're back home. You get some interesting advice where let's see. Look this up. I would say that um, there is a little bit of recommendation to ask around, but let's see. Sorry, I have to look this up. I thought I had this open. So, there we go. Okay, there we go. So you are recommended to speak with the Jurian Thiel. Um, Do not hesitate to speak with Jorian Thiel. He is a good man, uh, doing his best to help Underan expatriates. And yeah, that would be the recommendation.
Okay. Does he have any kind of like reputation or anything that I know about?
Um, so he's a positive reputation in Whitewash. When you bring up the name, they say, "Oh, he runs the Ninth Wands. That's the local militia. Yeah, he's a good guy. Helps defend us from those Carnathy devils. Yeah." And they happily direct you to the Ninth Wands,
Okay.
which, let's see. Ah, here we go. They are based out of a, like, it's not nice, but it is very well positioned. An older looking, kind of ramshackle home. There's been obvious, it's been very kept up, like the rest of the district. There's some improvements, but you do notice that it is like it's situated so it overlooks the river a little bit. It's at a pretty high point, and you are greeted by some rather rough-looking fellows in Onderan um, enchanted leathers. Very like they don't have insignias that like they don't have the armband that you would typically wear when you're actually in the military, but everything else about them screams like Onderan military.
Okay.
And
So these are either like old school veterans or they're fucking LARPers.
if they're LARPers, they are very dedicated ones because
Yeah.
there's a strong Onderan military vibe. But yeah, there's a demand for identification, and you see several of them have the, I won't say trendy, but it is trendy. They have the modified, um, very new wand slinger type wands at their sides. So it's like
Okay.
basically quick draw magic. And yeah, how do you respond to quite hostility, but they are armed and they want to know what you're doing here?
Can I run anyone with me?
You could have brought everyone. Right? That's
Yeah, who else does anyone want to go with me?
I mean, Pick
Sure.
wants to go on anyone's adventure always.
Oh hell
Okay,
yeah!
yeah.
Anya
there
to
you
go.
go.
Because
Okay, okay.
they will fucking
Yeah.
kill me if this goes poorly and I'm alone.
Purser's busy doing all the bookkeeping.
Yeah, you
Not-
you go
Yeah.
Probably
you
in
go
ecstasy while doing so. Yeah.
you go keep your books, bookkeeper. It's gonna be okay.
Do not worry, Sir Leo. I will not let them put a
Pick will
single
bring him
magic
back
rule.
some very spicy snacks.
Oh,
Thank you, Indigo. I
The spiciest snacks
appreciate
that
your
we can
efforts.
find.
Ooh, like roasted
then
like spicy cashews.
Then
Okay.
then yeah, I'll
So you are not alone.
they're like hanging out inside the building, or what is the
No,
like?
there's like a perimeter. You didn't see it immediately because some of them literally just seemed to appear. They were invisible.
They
But
lived in
yeah,
the bushes, like they were they were waiting in the bushes.
no, they're
Um,
just a basic perimeter as you go up the building. They're not like, you don't get the same sense of like iron discipline level of the Swords of Karn, but they were definitely like, they were probably waiting in the eaves to avoid getting rained on. But
yeah,
yeah, these guys were definitely guarding the main entry point pretty well.
right. Yeah, I'll raise a hand to like wave them down as they like stop us, and Leia will say, "Hail, brother! I'm here on official business."
Some glances back and forth. That's good. With what exactly does that mean, brother?
I am a diplomat on behalf of the Queen here to represent the homeland, and I am in pursuit of someone to help manage an Onderan embassy in the city.
They both, like, whatever they were expecting, it wasn't that. Like both of them kind of like blink a couple times. Truly.
Yes,
Well,
really.
that's good. They kind of like lean past and look at your friends. And these are
Not natives, I'm afraid. They are not on business from the Queen. However, they are dear allies of me who follow the same quest I was given by Her Majesty. So we are um, brothers of a different kind. And sisters, of course, he looks back. He'll
As they
Seems to
kind of
study
look
them
at
very intently. They don't glow at all, do they? They aren't the same colors as him at all.
Oh no, yeah, they're not.
no, oh no, they're not shiny. Like
These just
they're
look like thugs.
well, they dream. They're they I wouldn't say thugs, but yeah, they look like soldiers. So
Okay.
that's there's a non-zero chance that there's some crossover there, but um uh hey,
Intense bug
Connie,
scrutiny.
yeah, Connie, how Breelish would you say do you dress typically?
Well, right now I'm actually
I think you swapped out for like local styles, if I remember correctly.
yeah.
You
So
mentioned
I
it in
am
shop.
wearing for this. Given the nature of kind of like what we're doing right now, I'm actually wearing my finer Stormreach clothes.
Okay, yeah, but it's Stormreach stuff. It's not. There's no like, it's not. It's not Breelish blue with like bears or something. Okay.
No.
All right. So that doesn't raise any immediate red flags, and I know Indigo did a BRB. I feel like he's always well dressed, but in keeping with the house thing, I doubt there's a lot of national like symbology there. Uh, okay, yeah, then like they look everybody up and down, and there's some like I won't say bemused, but there's only some looks at Pick. And they don't really know what to make of her, so it's like, well, is that
It's
might
mutual.
be
She
really
doesn't know what
bad.
to make of him either. She was very
Yeah.
much expecting things that are more like Leo. She's just like, this is.
I mean, he did. To be fair, he did
He did
tell you
tell
that
her
people from his country don't look like
look
him.
like him. Yeah, but she's just like, they don't even have his manner. Like, there's just, he's very different.
To be fair, this is not something that Pick is going to pick up on per se, but these are probably almost certainly not officers. They're skilled vets. They were in it, but the difference between officer and enlisted in Onondair is a big one, as far as how you how you present yourself. It's very much Louis XIV's France type thing, or at least that's how a version of how I interpret it. But yeah, so with that in mind, they're still less brutish than you'd expect from heavy Karn infantry, but yeah, they look you up and down, but nobody really has any red flags, so they're willing to take you through. They assume you want to speak with let's see, let me see if I would. Yeah, they're going to assume that you want to speak with the captain, or they're just going to refer to Jorian Thiel as the captain, typically.
Okay, makes sense.
And yeah, if you're willing to, like, they they don't take your weapons, but you definitely have somebody with you if you're going to go in armed to speak
They're
with them.
escorting us. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, like they
That's fine.
they definitely believe your story, as like nobody wears that stuff, especially in Stormreach, if you're not trying to make a statement about nationality, and nobody else has any red flags, so to speak, or blue ones. So yeah, you guys are led through it's a lot less like a fort than um the Swords of Karn base, but it's definitely a decent little spot to operate a militia or gang or whatever you want to call this. They call themselves a militia, which is probably a good sign. But yeah, you are eventually introduced to Jorian Thiel, who not a particularly notable looking guy. I He would be unremarkable if not for a series of pretty brutal, like what looks like burns going up his arms. Um, you only catch
Okay.
it because he was having a drink and he took his gloves off, but he puts them back on before he greets you. Long gloves aren't really in vogue anymore, but it's probably a courtesy thing, so you don't have to look at such like scorched flesh. He greets you and says, what my what can I do for you exactly? You're looking for an ambassador?
Indeed, someone to manage the local embassy, as I have other responsibilities to tend to and cannot commit myself to such a task. I need someone of
And
authority and trustworthiness from the homeland to represent us in this fine city. He says it through gritted teeth.
well, I'm flattered, but
You came highly recommended by the locals.
well, that's good. We came here after the war ended. I'm surprised the Queen recommended us. Have any particular issue with Her Majesty, but I will admit the Ninth Ones were not on the best of terms when we left the homeland. But I certainly I could take on that responsibility, I suppose.
There's a chance to mend old burned bridges. rebuild and foster new relationships that will benefit all parties.
Fair. And
Sparked interest in use
you
of
were
language. Sorry.
no, I was waiting. And you said the queen sent you. That's
Indeed.
your only patron.
Well, I am a knight, of course. I work for. I like to think of myself as a servant of the country itself, but I have served many. She is simply at the top of the pecking order.
Ah, of course. Um, mm, any other affiliations? Do you hold yourself as a student of the arcane in some sense? Any affiliation with Royal Minister of Magic or anyone else in the Triumvirate?
He would. I don't necessarily have like details offhand of like what he was doing in on there itself, but he would list off any like major faction affiliations or people he's worked with before.
Well, if I remember correctly, you said you wanted to be pretty solo towards like you were a queen agent. You didn't dabble in
Yeah.
the politics of like
He's not like an
usually-
Arcanite. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and like usually, yeah, you technically work for someone, but all, her, the basically the Minister of Magic and like the country's general or like high general, they work together, but they all scheme pretty thoroughly with each other.
Right.
So it's not a lethal rivalry. Nobody's really trying to tear anybody completely down, but there is always jockeying to like who actually dictates shit.
Yeah.
And he definitely seems to be trying to feel out like you start off saying you're an agent of the Queen. Everyone starts off saying, "Oh yeah, long live the Queen," yada yada yada. He's definitely trying to feel out if you're tied to one of the other three or one of the other two, excuse me.
Yeah, he'll double down. Just continue
Okay.
saying that he doesn't necessarily have personal beef with any high representatives because that would violate his need to spread propaganda. But that he's
But
ride
he's
or
a
die.
Queen's man through and through. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that like this, by the way, while they're doing this, it's not spectacular, but a decent bottle is cracked open. Some finger foods are brought out. Everybody's encouraged to have some. This takes at least an hour to get to this level. Like they are dancing around it in not pure court fashion, but just like following all of the basics.
It's par for the course for Leo. He's used to it. He
this
feels a little
is
apologetic to his boys, but
Eh.
just in case these weren't real ones, he didn't want to get jumped in the street.
That's fair. No, if this is definitely just like home. It's like I won't say home. It's like being on one of the frontiers back home. Like if you're
Yeah.
right on the edge of the of the Elden Reaches or something, like contested territory stuff.
And to anyone like paying attention who hasn't dissociated by now, Leo is like he seems pretty at ease. This is he doesn't look stressed out while being grilled.
Casing the room, looking for anybody moving too fast or too sudden.
Counting
Yeah,
exits
Thunder's
and
kind of like
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of food, can we take a 10-minute break? I
Yes,
gotta get
absolutely.
food for the beans.
Sorry, I was meditating. What?
No, 10-minute bathroom break.
Right.
We'll be back.
Right on.
Thanks.
Vic would pay attention as best she could, but damn, boy. It's testing that little bug's like interest. She'd just be like, these people are.
Leo really likes Game of Thrones. He's a big fan.
Yeah.
BRB.
I feel like Pick is the picture of.
If he's is he a big enough fan to send death threats to the author for not making the final book?
I feel like Pick is the picture of like, I think it was Simpsons where it's, you take forever to say nothing. Hurry
Yeah,
up.
exactly. She'd just be like, this is ridiculous.
I have fallen asleep twice already.
Yeah, and it's genuinely by Ondaran standards not bad at all. This is just like a friendly meet and greet.
I mean, she doesn't sleep and she can sit there and watch. Well, are they at least dreamers? Are they at least interesting to look at?
Let's see. Well, that is the
If
thing.
you can,
Everybody there dreams. So
if
yeah,
you
there's.
listen to the way they speak, imagine how they think.
Oh,
Yeah, I
geez.
feel like they all dream. So there is some interesting things. Most of their dreams are fairly mundane. Um, I mean, it could be a lot worse. It's not like the party went to the RNL embassy or anything,
Oh,
which would
God.
probably be hell for
Not only
another
are they
dude
boring, but
dreamed.
there's no TV.
We've been here for 4 hours and we're still doing greetings,
I'm gonna die.
motherfuckers.
I literally am dying. I feel it, my body dying all around me. For her, as a person of brevity, whether it's like, my God, why is it this way? Why are you people like this?
Yeah, I mean it is probably an improvement over like things she's actually seen. The Northern Drow are obnoxious in a similar way. Like they take even longer.
Yeah.
Eh.
And they don't dream. So at least these guys are dreamers. At least the TV's on. That's probably not the coolest thing to be staring above someone and like watching above someone's head, like switching between all of them. What are you
I
doing?
mean,
Watching TV?
Hick has the advantage here of being a pretty thorough unknown. So it's like be, she can get away with a lot by virtue of people just being like, I don't really know.
That must be normal
Could
for
this
them.
be a custom thing? Like maybe they always look over people's heads when they talk to them. I don't know. Okay. Like the more educated people in Stormreach have probably heard of Pix people, but it's a very abstract like, oh yeah, over like out in that like super remote fucking island chain, um, there's like Thri-kreen that resemble moths and they're strange. Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
In the words of Joe Tizzo, these people are worse than the thief elves.
Uh, I mean, the Thief Elves had their own like set of stereotypes they had established for dealing with your people. They were
Yeah.
less harmful than the ones towards Jotazos, but yeah.
Oh, I did
Hey,
have a
some of them are
question.
still keeping them as slaves.
Yeah.
I did have a question. That Giant Slayer sword, is that a Drow sword or is that like an elf, high elf one back home?
That was an elven sword from the Elven Rebellion. So like 39,000 years old, something like that. That was back before like Drow and elves really had big distinctions. Like
Uh,
Drow existed back then, but they were still very much just the like slave catcher variant of slave. That was all they were at the time. Nobody had developed their own cultures.
I was just asking because like if that's like a sword for like one of these guys, I mean, given that symbol, be great brownie points.
No, I would say that one is definitely an artifact from the rebellion, from the rebel elves, which the Drow view as like ridiculous.
I was gonna say that would have been that would definitely win us some favors.
It would probably get you some interest from and in Arno, like the or among the I can't believe I can't remember the name. The warrior elves who like the Mongol elves basically. Both of those were part of the rebels that fled Zendrik. So both of them would be moderately interested, but those aren't groups that you've had a lot to do with thus far. And given the mutual animosity between them and all variants of Drow, it might be a tricky one.
Hello, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you. I missed you.
Missed you.
Arnendal. There we go. I knew I'd get it. Why can't I remember this?
The elves?
Yes.
How
There
did
was a
they come up?
discussion of like if that giant slayer sword could be used for like negotiating points and well,
good.
the Tarnendal and the Arnel would be interested in it, but probably not any of the Drow because that's sort of the rebel elves.
Right. Sure. Okay, cool. I do apologize for
You probably just go, damn, nice, I guess.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I do apologize for dominating session time with this. I've just been trying to get this set up for like weeks.
No,
Don't be sorry. We all take turns.
Yeah, no,
We all
I
do
make sure to
interesting
split
shit.
stuff up between people. Like that's why I was asking. You know, people, if you have
Nick would
stuff,
just tell Leo
share.
his friends are boring, but at least they dream.
Once he's in private, he would correct you that these are not his friends; they are business associates.
Well, I mean, it would just be on a private channel, so he can
They are
always respond
other.
in thought.
Oh yeah, there's. I always fucking forget that you're psychic. Yeah,
Yeah,
Psychic
she
cloud
can't talk.
person.
I mean, now he's the only one in the party that have a chance to understand her.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, if I put
What
the
do you
spell up,
think
we can just have
Thrycreen sounds
conversations.
like? It's got to sound comically inhuman, like the
It's
speech
gotta be.
language.
I think it's clicks and squeaks because if you
Yeah, I
ever
was
hear
gonna
like,
say. I imagine like a lot of clicking, a lot of like cricket
Yeah, like
noises
clicks,
almost.
squeaks, and probably like vaguely scraping noises, like
Maybe a few rees.
no,
have you ever heard
like
moth
grasshopper
squeaks?
legs or something. That's what I'm thinking. For some of the noises. What was that? Have I ever heard?
Yeah, moth squeaky noise.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm thinking
Yeah.
like definitely for her variant of it. I was just thinking in general. Yeah, clicks, squeaks, like scrapes. It's got to sound rough. Like the human vocal cords cannot make a lot of those sounds.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm a fucking wizard. I know what's up.
You are a sorcerer, good sir.
It's true.
Which,
Hey,
by the way,
if Indigo gets to be a rogue and Purser gets to be a paladin, I can call myself a wizard.
you can call yourself whatever you'd like. But now I have you cornered here. I want a fucking answer at some
Oh
point.
yes, I saw the DM this morning. Now that I can actually fucking read them again. So when I initially made the character, I was my understanding of the Eberron lore was that plain touched people are just babies that are born like in manifest zones usually, and that means that they sponge up
are.
the energy.
There is a certain element of that, but I feel like especially for somebody who pulls from it, you would
Yeah,
definitely have some type of, you know,
like patron-esque relationship, like a tie to
not even
something.
patron, more like something you're vaguely tied to. Like the
Yeah,
amount of awareness going back and forth is probably nowhere near a patron, but it's definitely
right.
like
It's less intentional than that, but
I'll be
yeah,
right back.
it's something deeper.
yeah. But that was just me explaining. Like that's why I didn't really have one picked out because my thought process was just like, oh, you're just from Australia, so you naturally know how to kill spiders. Like that's very
That's fair. Well, so
but
what
now
I'm
that
hearing, and I'm loving this, is it is
yeah.
up to me to pick what angel you're tied to.
My one thing was I just would want it to be like thematic because
Okay.
if it's like an angel of I don't know, I imagine this wouldn't exist in Irian, but like if it's like angel of treachery, then that doesn't make sense, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
and that's not a thing for that plane, but yeah,
right.
no,
But if
absolutely.
it's just something like very antithetical to the character, then it's like, well, that's wrong,
It won't
like
be actually. I
yeah.
have an idea.
It can be
Okay.
evil. It just has to be like thematically
You
appropriate.
don't actually have to worry about that. That's not a plane that trucks with evil by and large. So
Well, that's a
it's not
subjective
going to
term,
be
but
a
yeah.
secret evil malevolent twist per se, but yeah, I think I have an idea then. Cool.
Yeah. I also you asked me about before the fucking
I'm back.
welcome back. Before the like computer crash everything. You asked about a night order and I meant to get back to you about it and then life got in the way. I just never
No,
returned to
I
like
understood
designing one.
when you kind of went quiet on that one. I was like, yeah, that's fair.
things got rough during that period, and I kind of just never
If you
returned
can
to it.
come up with something, then
Yeah.
we can use that in scenes like this.
Yeah.
But if not, then it can continue to remain
Right.
relatively
The
vague.
sort of like basic vision. I wouldn't want it anything to be. I wouldn't want it to be anything too complicated. It would mostly be like local service versus like the Arcanites are like agents that go out a lot, is my understanding. Like they deal with a lot of outside combat scenarios and things like that.
Mhm.
Whereas I wanted Leo to be more like he does whatever is needed of him within the walls most of the time, which is why it's
Yeah.
interesting to have him sent out.
So you're I know this isn't the vibe, but
Uh-huh.
my mind just immediately went to I'm Sir what do you call yourself? Lee.
Back.
No, you're Sir Leo the Tall. Yeah. That's just immediately in my mind. But yeah, no, the knightly order thing is really just that can be unspecified. It could be like they're one step above hedge knights. Like it's technically an order, but it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is the order he's from is tiny enough to be super fucking inconsequential.
Like a
He is
general could give him like a Girl Scouts badge, and he would take it extremely seriously. Like it would.
well, and that also would probably tie pretty nicely into. I feel like the queen is gonna grab. She would definitely like following the historical examples. She's going to prefer people who don't have other shit to fall back on. So she's gonna
Yeah.
be like, yeah, I'll take the. Is he actually good? Oh yeah, he's actually quite skilled. Okay, I'll take the guy from fucking Peasantsville Town 618 from the hedge order of like, Thornbush or something.
Yeah.
Because who the hell else is he gonna turn to if anything goes sideways?
Right.
So yeah, that's of course in your mindset is probably she's just really kind about these things, but that would
In
be
Leo's
her.
mind, yeah, I the
Yeah.
person think that it's like he was sent here as like a formality in case Mishann succeeded, and then she has like good boy points, basically. Like
Well, yeah, that's the realist. I was just thinking what Leo's thinking. Like Leo's interpretation of that is probably she's really nice. She takes in people from like remote areas who don't have anything.
yeah. He's from the capital, he just wasn't rich. But yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, still a pretty, you weren't born into nobility, so come on.
Right.
So.
Being from a wealthy neighborhood and not having money is almost worse, I think.
That's
Yeah,
a fact.
That's yeah.
It's just
Going
like,
to
oh,
be-
where are you from? LA? Oh, so you're dying. You're gonna die, is what you're saying.
Being the poor kid at a private school is undoubtedly miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah.
But yeah, that's sort of where I'm at with that. But yeah, something like a local like just they get a lot of grunt work, I would imagine. And so to him, this is my chance. This is the most important thing that she possibly could have asked me to do. And realistically, she expects him to like die in an unnoteworthy way.
Oh, I mean, it's probably crossed her mind, but it's an olive branch / potential source of information.
Yeah, I mean,
On
it's
a
the
group
win-win
that
from the
she's
queen's point
thoroughly
of view.
wronged. So yeah.
Yeah, because it's
really good
either
return on investment.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, either it'll succeed, and then it's like, oh, see, I sent a man, and he helped you do this. I have a stake in this. I'm a shareholder now. Or we shit, and this was never going to be anything, and Mishann was a failed experiment that was doomed from the start. In which case, she didn't really lose anything. She lost one guy she didn't need. So whatever. She's got a win-win situation going.
Oh yeah.
Getting some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make by film this.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a little more charismatic than Farquaad, but yeah, taller too.
Yeah.
But it sounds like we got everybody back. Dan,
what was for dinner, by the way?
Did you want to chime in with any Underan political knowledge that may be relevant here?
Nope.
I'm open to it. Nope. Okay, fair enough.
If the shadows start telling you arcane mysteries, don't listen to
it. Oh yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't listen. Shadows have interesting stuff to say sometimes, man.
She has a lot of interesting stuff to say, and you shouldn't listen to any of it.
Okay, all right. So, in that Overlord's defense, just gonna go out on a limb here.
So
She is one of the few Overlords who does tend to deliver when she says, "I'm gonna give you the nuke spell." Like no strings
yes,
attached.
that's the
She gives it to
problem.
you. I mean, she does it knowing full well that you're going to doom yourself with it, but that's the fun.
Giving toddlers the codes to the
Shotguns.
nuclear arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, but
She's a real cool person.
she's a giver. But yeah, with that in mind, it sounds like we got everybody back.
Yeah.
I would say, Leo, as you have a conversation with this fellow and Hick stares above everyone's head, and our two rogues rogue the room. Give me a insight check to see, like, because as you're trading pleasantries over this hour. Nice, damn. Okay, you get the feeling that, like, he's not super open about it, but you get the feeling that he is probably affiliated more strongly with, let's see here, the Royal Minister of Magic, Adel or Wynarn, the Queen's brother. Or at least he was at one point. It's one of those.
How do I feel about that guy?
He works tirelessly to advance Onder's magical research, and always throws his weight behind his sister when it's really important.
Okay.
Now, that's probably how Leo feels. Metro, he's probably not going to kill her because he couldn't take the throne, but yeah, he's much more, he's less of a hawk than the general, who would just, like, try and restart fucking all the wars. But this dude was involved with some of the shadier things that Onondair started doing near the tail end of the last war. Like, arcane-wise, those rumors that Leo probably dismiss, they can't all be fake. Like, there's a lot of smoke around this guy as far as bad shit. Not to the level of Kalandin, but like, yeah.
Damn. With that being said, so me serving in the last war as like a spy, sort of, saboteur. Would I know any, like, would that, like, bridge any thoughts?
He high up in the. He probably didn't serve much himself. That minister, too ranked for that, since he is part of the royal family. But he was deeply involved in their R&D, and some of the spells that, like, caught everybody off guard that Onondair would just fucking pull out of their ass. Well, he was almost certainly instrumental in it. But given that some of Mordaine's students were in Onondair at the time, it could have been them. Like, yeah. Which,
gotcha.
Yeah. No, nobody's that surprised when horrific shit shows up when Mordaine's in any way involved.
Yeah.
And since he's sort of I won't say shame of your bloodline, but, like, he is affiliated with Fjarlin, like the Mark of Shadow. One of those, like,
yeah,
you probably have heard, other than Pawnee, you probably have the most information about Mordaine, which is like.
Yeah, I was gonna ask earlier, like, he's seen as kind of a boogeyman, right? Like, it's not really common knowledge that he's, like, just out doing stuff and he's real and, like.
Mordaine is very real.
Yeah, he's like an insular boogeyman. Is the common knowledge of, like, oh, he'll do horrible things if you don't eat your vegetables type shit.
Yeah.
But there is a real person there. Like, there's a
Okay, so it's known that he does exist in the.
Oh yeah, it's just nobody in their right mind tries to go into his flesh forest and talk to him. Like, and that's a very accurate that forest.
We can always.
No one's sane anyway.
We can
like
always
you said, no one in their right mind.
We can always give him a polite greeting.
You could, yeah, you can send a letter. Nothing. It wouldn't be a bad idea to introduce yourself. But uh, with all that in mind, so
Hello.
you get the feeling that the captain here is, or at least when he was serving, served under, directly under, like instead of the standard military, he served under the Arcane Corps type thing.
Um,
So, probably some
I
skill
use
there.
the message cantrip to
Mhm.
just kind of whisper that to Leo's ear.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Leia was the one who picked up on that initially, but yeah, you could share the like, you know, you could definitely share more Dane related info. That certainly.
You
Oh,
can
I
Um,
thought
also
with the
use it
insight
like a
that I picked
network.
up on the
oh, what that was you. Okay, that was supposed to be Leo doing the insight check, but yeah, Indigo could
oh,
could do it as well.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I didn't roll one because you got it
No,
told me
no,
to.
I saw that and that caught me off guard. Yeah, that was a Leo insight check,
oh,
please.
my bad.
Oh, you're good,
Okay.
you're good. I didn't specify.
Can I still roll it?
Yes, you could.
Okay. Bu-
You could have
Mm.
advantage since Indigo's helping. Okay.
12.
You pick up on some of that.
It's a little weird if I nat one now because you already told me everything.
yeah. We'll say you pick up if the guy seems like he knows a lot about the Arcane Core, which makes sense. The unit's called the Ninth Wands, or was called the Ninth Wands. They're not active anymore. All expatriates certainly, but yeah, he's after this hour of pleasantries, he's a little leery about taking on an embassy position. Um, you're not sure why exactly he's this reluctant. He's not saying no, but he does seem very reluctant. But
Okay.
yeah, it's you've definitely thrown the idea out there.
Yeah.
And it's reaching that point where the bottle they cracked open is about empty. The little finger foods are gone. And it's about time social niceties dictate that you start heading for the door and still talking the whole time. Yay, nay? What are you doing
Uh,
here?
oh, that was a question. Okay, I thought that was just narration of what we were doing. Um,
Well,
yeah,
it was like, do you go with that, or did you have something else you wanted to say before you left? That was the
I
sort
think
of.
that Leo would just try and emphasize the importance that someone does it, and he would basically say, uh, it is of grave disrespect in my mind that the other great nations have much greater representation in this city and on this island than we do, and the fact that they have developed and have commerce and trade and support within the city, and Onder is left with a pittance of it. Well, it makes me very sad, and I think it is of grave importance that we develop further and take hold of this market and of this fine city and its peoples, so that we may rely on them in need. Expansion is the way.
The level of pain in your voice is fine, City. Um, yeah. Give me a performance check. Yeah, this is a pretty good spiel.
Okay.
Can I give him advantage by saying, well, if you truly cannot find any better suitors, I suppose the Blades of Karn not being necessarily loyal to the nation of Karnath would be good stewards until we can find a replacement.
Oh my god. I think that gives
That
me
one might result
disadvantage.
in a duel. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, that one. That.
Oh my god, dude.
I am
What's wrong with
absolutely.
me tonight?
Yeah, that was not a good roll. Oof.
No.
Okay.
That was a
Well.
fucking 4.
I think all that kind of works together with.
Oh. As far as that, let's see. Sorry. Just answering the DM. I would say that you could find some here if while everybody else was shopping, pick if you went around and just started like asking in a comically insensitive fashion any evil Cory Drow for this, like
Okay.
eventually you would get a result where somebody would have some. You'd get a lot of confused tribal Drow giving you like the side eye, but yeah, you could eventually have found a little bit of that, and that would have been very expensive because it's a rare thing here, but there is a little bit, so definitely enough for your um.
Okay. How expensive?
I would say for a little trinket, it's like 80 gold, and like that's pretty expensive for a little trinket, but you know, you could definitely
Okay.
have gotten enough of it to make a little trinket like that. So
Okay. I'll have to bother Purser.
going
I have 5 copper.
Yeah.
That's all she's got on
I know,
at any
I know.
point.
Sorry, I just wanted to answer that before I forgot again.
Thank
I
you.
realized
It's
I'd
okay.
forgotten. But yeah, so you're not sure how well he agrees with the sentiment that representation has to be here in the city, but he doesn't argue the point. He's certainly a man of manners. Um, do you do you actually imply that the Swords of Karn should take over?
Tongue in cheek wise. Tongue
Oh,
in cheek.
okay. Yeah, that gives like a few scandalized looks and like some uncomfortable kind of laughter, like as they
Well, I
all
say
glance at him. He is stony faced at that. So
I think Indigo like might want me to kill myself. Like I think
bit of a faux pas. But yeah, I mean it's not
I,
a bad strategy, but it is one of those. It seems like it didn't. Seems like there may be more aggressive bad blood here
yeah.
than you would have thought.
I would like to ask him though, on a serious note, what are you afraid of? It seems as if, through all the pleasantries that you guys are having, nothing is moving forward. You seem scared at the notion of representing your country. And why is that?
Hmm. What is like is this meant to be kind of a aggressive question? You're trying to like break him
No.
out of his
Just sometimes, like in negotiations, you need a little something to shake everybody out of their
Okay.
complacency.
Because
Not
he
being
would
aggressive, but trying to jar him nonetheless.
okay, so there is an intent to sort of jar him. He definitely colors a little bit and narrows his eyes and says, I don't expect someone from one of the dragon marked houses to understand anything about national matters. It's been a pleasure to see you, Sir Metric. And yeah, with that, you guys are escorted out.
Sorry, Leo, that seemed as if it was not going to be fruitful. I thought maybe
No, I
that
don't
approach
blame you.
would
I
work.
do agree it was a difficult crowd, as they say.
He
I
is
don't.
oddly like you would think he would jump on this. Like this is especially for expatriates.
Yeah,
This is weird that he's this resistant. But yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what sort of conflict he has with the idea. It seems he has a bit of bad blood with Her Majesty and the higher ups of the country, perhaps.
I
But
could
it's hard
take
to
care of
say.
him for you.
What'd you say?
I said I could take care of him for you.
Okay, can we
Let's keep that on the.
Please.
All right.
Let's keep that reserved for now. We'll
Just
keep the
throwing
option
it out.
open.
It is an option.
You understand murder is not the solution to everything.
It is the answer to some things.
Going straight to
There's
the
an
nuclear
odd
option with you.
There's an odd sense of approval that you get Indigo. You're not sure from where, but it feels like it comes from your feet down, your feet upwards. You feel like, yeah, murder is the answer sometimes. Like, yeah.
This is a terrible city. This is a really bad place.
With bad people doing bad things.
Yeah, with a lot of bad people doing very bad things. Nothing good happens here. It's all ugly.
I mean, I met you guys. That's pretty
parts of the
nice.
city. Yeah, there's pretty parts of the city.
And got to.
I was out of character for clarification.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm very aware that I have done my job perhaps too well in portraying Stormreach's elements. But with that in mind, you guys have a new home to like you could go and watch Leo like boss around the movers as they like as common laborers move around furniture. Or
Oh, I'm helping. I'm not. I'm
oh,
not gonna.
oh, you're not gonna do the like
Um,
oh
I'm not a
man.
pit boss.
Man, no, I was just saying like
that's
I
fair.
do respect it.
how non on Darren of okay.
No, I'm. You got to
He's
have
a better
solidarity
man.
with the people, you know. Plus, I'm strong.
Do they? Okay, yeah, I mean, sure. You are strong. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying like the upper class of Ondair is very fond of there being a strong separation.
Look,
They're
I'm
not
new
like
money. All right, I understand these people.
that's you know what? That's fair. Yeah. There is
Um,
some social mobility.
so jokes aside about actually offing people that I don't really have an intention of hurting,
Yeah, that's fair.
I would like to preposition actually maybe offing somebody who I do have an intention of hurting.
Okay.
There's some
I
sort
say
of
to the
problem.
um, well, Sir Leo, let me ask you this: what does the option of killing mean to you?
It is sometimes necessary in my line of work, but I try to reserve it for those that are deserving. I think killing out of
Oh,
necessity when the person doesn't have it coming, you might say, well, it's distasteful.
I completely agree, 1000%. So I think we'll be aligned in this. Saracel Shadra, the spider.
The Stormlord. That
Yes.
is. I look around to see if anyone's like overhearing us, like
No, you
drag
know
him
what?
aside.
That's fair. There, I mean, it's whitewashed, so it's not as packed as a lot of the other districts.
Yeah, I think when we first came here, you described it as pretty empty compared to the rest of the city.
Yeah, it doesn't have that like cheek to jowl press that a lot of
Yeah.
the spaces do. Like this is white picket fences and like, you know, French revivalism. I don't know the fucking terms, but like nice area with some space. So yeah, there's a relative amount of privacy on the streets.
All right.
Allow me,
Well,
just allow me to pitch it, right? So, as you know, that we still have one more on our list to take care of, and that would be Rizia. There is a common thread between these individuals. Um, the thread is that they are awful people who do not care who they hurt to trample on to get where they want to go and to acquire what they want to acquire. I figured since we're already on a roll and we're cleaning house anyway, we might as well leave the city that much better than when we started.
I don't need you to convince me that this person may deserve to die, but that is a tall order,
Is
and we
it?
have business here.
Is it that tall, or are we just perfectly capable?
If we succeeded, it would no doubt get out that we were responsible. I mean, hiding something like this isn't our specialty. Look at what happened with the damn Lyran Darin. If we do succeed, it's going to get out, and our reputation will be burned, and we'll never get approval from any of the damn Stormlords, which we need to do our job. This is justified morally, perhaps. I won't argue the point there, but it is something that would need to be strictly necessary in order to even consider pursuing, because it would be potentially detrimental to our purpose in the city.
Do you know what assassins do best? They offer plausible deniability, something I deal with in spades. And I pull out a stamp, and I pull out a piece of paper, and I pull out a blast disc. And I say, "This is a blast disc." Of course, obviously, you know what this is. Not to insult your intelligence. And then I point to the stamp and I say, "This is a stamp containing a seal from Yorick Amantu. Um, and also, this blast disc is actually from his home as well, from his personal armory. I mean, we've seen the play, it worked before. Matter of fact, he tried it. You simply plant the blast disc right under her desk that contains a most likely powerful elemental spirit. You set it to detonate when she walks in the building. You put a note on some person, really fodder at this point, stating that you had that is a missive from York to get this done, and well, you let the rest take its course.
And what exactly do we stand to gain if we are successful? I mean, I understand that she is evil, but so is everyone else in this damn hellhole.
I think it would just help me sleep at night.
Well,
Just a thought. I'm not saying it absolutely needs to happen. I mean, we do have one left on our docket, but I figured
depending on the exact connection between her and the silken spider monster lady.
And if you think there's nothing there, then you would be a fool.
I just don't know exactly how deep it goes yet, but regardless, my point being that it may escalate if she was to continue pursuing us. We may be targets that haven't been focused down yet.
I will say that no matter what happens to her, we would likely be the suspects considering our most recent activities.
I don't disagree. We are likely on everyone's radar at this point. But I would say take it up with Purser if you think it is something that can be justified. I think that we haven't reached the point yet where it's worth the risk. Though I do think it would be comforting to know there's one less of them out there.
Wise counsel indeed.
So.
By the way, Poniard is still walking with us, right? Like she's
yeah, I think it's every.
listening.
Yeah. Okay. She's just been kind of keeping a watch on the area around us, and
I mean, if it was just the two of you, like kind of pulled ahead, so to speak, I don't know about the party, but if you wanted to speak privately, I think that's an option. But
this was I actually want her to hear, and I'm gonna just
okay,
look
so
at her
it's
face
kind of
and,
like a to
and check
everybody present.
reactions.
I kind of imagined like we were walking like back home, and then he mentioned it, and I like pulled him into an alleyway or something, and then she's sitting she's like standing up against the wall at the end, like keeping watch while listening in.
Okay.
cleaning her
Sort of the mental
fingernails
image
with
I
a
have.
dagger, like rogues do.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if murder is the first thing that we should go to, but I do offer my services, Leo. If you wish for me to check out that person's office after business hours to see if there's anything that would kind of shed a light as to why he's being so uncooperative, not stealing anything, not moving anything, just finding information.
For the
guy that we just tried to hire and who is kind of like
okay, I get you. All right.
Yeah, it is a little jarring having it go back to that.
Okay, no, I just was trying to. Oh yeah, that's certainly an option. Yeah, you could. While the place was secure, I would say it was more along the lines of like a fortified home than a like. Jesus, how long did it take you to build a fucking base here, dude? Like, yeah, the Swords of Karn went comically over the top. These guys, you can see why these guys aren't getting in knockdown, drag out fights with the Stormlords because they're not acting like occupiers. They're technically just playing off as militia.
Sure. Leo would look back at her and he would say, I wouldn't ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself, and seeing as it isn't my speciality, I'm not quite qualified to say how applicable these missions are for any of you, but it would be much appreciated if you felt comfortable with the task.
Leo,
I'm sure we could get
my
it done.
darling, I would love to do this for you. This is actually my area of specialty. I could get it done in an evening if you should so ask.
Thank you. I would be very grateful.
I would love to come and watch you work.
Art thou
weird
flirting
energy.
with me?
Backseat roguing. That's what I immediately went to was backseat
Sure.
roguing. I was like, oh, you're gonna lockpick it that way. Okay.
Well, we did have such a wonderful job together in that terrible tower, Indigo. but I wouldn't mind someone watching my form.
Say more.
Well, just from a professional level, having somebody watching the entrances to make sure nobody surprises us would be much appreciated. You have the ability to go invisible where I do not. And I think that could be useful. Um,
That can be done.
I'd appreciate it.
Well, it sounds like
I
a
can
date.
go with.
Yeah, I'm
If you
third
want
wheeling pretty hard right now. This is
communication.
wildly uncomfortable.
I do love that
Nick does
there's
not
like,
pick up on that at all. She's just like,
Yeah.
if you need radios, I can go.
yeah, I love that
Actually,
there's like
Peck,
a little moth person voiced from like 10 feet up. Like, God damn it, I forgot you were there.
actually,
Creepy
Peck, that
watching.
would be amazing if you could watch the outside and provide this wonderful little communication network. Um, that would be very greatly appreciated. And Indigo, it
Yes.
only counts as a date if you buy me flowers at the end of it.
Oh, that's it.
I'm a cheap girl from Cheapside in Sharn.
Well,
Just
if you
to Indigo, you better get her very nice flowers.
the nicest.
There's free swamp lilies growing all along the bank. Point that. But yeah,
Remember, it's
so
not about the price tag.
it's about them stinking of sewage because they're growing from the river in this. That would be very reminiscent of Sharn, to be honest. But
Honestly.
I got these of you. They reminded me of you because they smell like shit.
flowers don't. I mean, you'd have to wash them, but yeah. The
Who the fuck
Um,
washes flowers?
I don't know, but I assume florists. But yeah, you guys can certainly. I'd say it's like 1 or 2 o'clock. You could certainly come back and break into Whitewash, into the Ninth One's little bastion in Whitewash, at will. But I will say, as you guys kind of are walking back, plotting out, um, breaking and entering, there is something that happens. One moment.
Roll for initiative.
I think it's okay right now. I mean, I suppose everything could be roll for initiative if you want it to be.
Depending on how we do things.
I do like that canonically there is an air of approval anytime murder comes up as a first option. Or elaborate, horrible thoughts of revenge. Like, yeah, the atmosphere of Stormreach encourages that shit. It canonically does. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So as you guys are making your way back towards the ship, I assume, or what have you, even that you've done some shopping, you did a social visit that was kind of pleasant. A pretty sizable shadow engulfs you guys, and what's odd, like, it was probably because you were so enraptured in the conversation, but none of you really noticed this person coming up.
Oh, Indigo, please stop.
The shadow actually
It's not
stretches well past all of you, and you hear words in your minds as in a feminine tone.
Oh, you just dropped out really
Yeah,
hard.
you went
Yeah, you
quiet
just
for a
farted out.
second.
Perfect timing.
It
Well,
always
if you
is.
can hear me at all,
He comes up to you and he goes,
a huge shadow engulfs you, and you hear a feminine voice asking, "Are you the MKA?"
Yes.
And looking behind you, there is a truly enormous woman. She's at least 20 feet tall, and undoubtedly a full-blooded giant.
Oh, there's. Oh, is that the lead from the sewer?
No.
Damn it.
Her skin is a grayish hue, and her eyes are an almost translucent light blue like ice. It's hard to get a good feeling for her form, given that she's wearing a long white robe with gold and black trim, but your overall impression is that she's incredibly thin and nearly skeletal.
This sounds like the same lady from the sewer.
Don't worry, Bemmy. I'll
Are you
take
saying they
this
all
one.
look the same?
We just know a lot of dangerously skinny women.
Full disclosure, Indigo hates giants.
Don't worry, Bemmy. I'll take this one for the team. We miss you, brother.
Giant woman.
And I
What,
also do love the Giant Woman song from Steven Universe. All I wanted to.
A great tune. Don't listen to them. They're hating. Don't listen to them.
Yep, I'm no longer interested in this woman.
There you go.
Thanks,
Yeah,
you.
so
Gotta
this is,
help.
Oh wow, she's real pretty though.
yeah.
Oh no, she's a bad person, guys. Meddy's into it.
Hey,
I'm catching this.
We are,
I don't like the vibe.
we are adventurers, for fuck's sake. We head delve into evil for fun.
I'm not touching that one. All right, so yeah, she's communicating telepathically.
well that's not good.
Is asking if you're the MKA.
I suppose that
I
the
take
answer,
it. Go ahead.
I suppose that the answer depends on who's asking.
She gives a very faint grin and says, "I am Eleka. I serve Lady Paulo Omaren in her capacity as Stormlord. She's requested the presence of MKA at her villa in Stormhaven at their
Sure thing.
earliest convenience."
Well, if it
Sure
is,
thing.
I was going to make it more flowery than that, but yes, sure thing.
We are.
I just reply to her in giant. I just say, sure thing.
Is well, on that note, I'm like, I know it was Hick, Poniard, Indigo, and Leo. Balthazar, did you go with them to the whitewash French meeting?
Yeah, I went there. I wanted to stretch my legs after, being...
That
I wouldn't blame you for
necrotic.
being like, I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna walk.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, we're in the intervene. All right, I'm gonna be the siren and just fucking leave.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll look up at the giant lady and I'll say, we are missing a captain. We'll have to rendezvous before making it to this meeting.
Yeah, her gaze shifts to you and she stares for a minute before answering, and once again telepathically says, "Of course. I hope to see you soon." And she moves off almost completely silently, quickly vanishing into the crowd. Which I
How?
would think would be,
How?
yeah. Like,
Poniard was just about to
it's
say
one
that.
of
Like,
those, your
how
eyes
the
seem
fuck?
to slide off her. Like, it's one of, like, you watch her, and then she goes, like, briefly past a building and just seems to go away.
I don't like it.
Well, I don't think any of us like it.
Well, it's a
but if it's-
Stormlord, and
yeah.
we need to be buddies with them.
We were simply
Yeah.
wandering the streets. How in the hell did she find us?
Well, we're
Shouldn't
kind
have
of...
been able
We
to
look
have
really
We
kinda-
did just kind of kill a Stormlord, so.
But not Stormlord, a Viceroy,
sorry.
but still. If you kill a
Viceroy, thank you.
Stormlord, we
would
would
be
have had
dead.
to leave.
Sorry, you're absolutely right, Balthazar. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Where's the captain?
I didn't switch with the ghost today.
Cursor, where are you actually? Did you just like, yeah, on Darren stuff, I'm busy. Did you just like stay in the
me-
ship?
He's on the boat. You know that meme, the gif where it's like writing with a quill and the parchment is on fire? That's him right now doing the paperwork.
No,
and
it's the
they're
Family
going-
Guy. It's the Family Guy version.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
His
So,
poor
Cursor, what-
squire is just going insane.
Cursor, what are you doing?
So, it's not hard to find me since you all know exactly where I am, but you have to go hunting,
Okay.
and you find Purser in his quarters, like arms and like completely stained with ink, hunched over. His coat's like slung over the bed, and he's just got like his short-sleeved undershirt on, and he's just scribbling away, like doing little magical symbols and.
Purser, Purser, sweetie, when was the last time that you ate?
Poniard,
Yes.
what is it? What
We
do
have
you
a
need?
meeting.
Well, I mean, we have a meeting, but first, when was the last time that you ate?
Why would I do
literally-
that? Meeting. Let's go.
Oh,
I will
He,
say
like,
we're
he, like,
and
gets
she just
up
like
and starts-
hands on shoulders, puts you back down.
High on magic.
Just
I will
No.
literally lift him off with the chair and take him like we'll just find a market. I'll just shove it down his throat.
no.
Sweet food.
We have spicy treats for you. Purser, Purser, eye contact with me. Look at me in
His
the
eyes
eyes.
are like manic.
Yeah. Okay. Purser, eye contact with me. Breathe with me. Okay. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Pig
What?
has some spicy treats for you. Would you like those?
Yes, thank you, Poniard.
Yes, you're
What I love is
welcome.
that up until this point in the party, not like everyone has just been amused when Purser gets high in his own supply. Like everyone's just like, I think the closest thing to to a make sure he eats was I think Ludger once was like the boy's gonna pass out and left him like carned potatoes, and and Pick would like egg him on from the shadows, watching the dreams get twitchier. That's
It's like eat, water yourself. You must. You need liquid.
Yes, finish.
Yeah,
finish
how
your-
is
finish your sentence? So let's go.
Daniel? How is he smelling right now?
Oh, Purser always smells perfect.
Gotcha.
there you
He's
go.
got a
He
personal
does
cleansing
personal
stone.
hygiene.
Yeah.
How much it is? How much of it is magical?
100%.
Don't ask questions you don't want to answer.
One
to.
hundred
Well, I,
percent.
well, I that's why I asked it. I do want the result.
With
Yeah,
with
He only bathes for relaxation, not for hygiene.
I mean, yeah, you can get away with that with cleansing stones.
Mhm.
So Pick, as far as your history check and that question, there's a lot of different variants of giants, but she sort of resembles the giant folk that supposedly lived, like in the city of the dead, or the tomb city, excuse me, that your people watch over. And the gray skin at least matches, but it's one of those you haven't actually seen any of them alive, so it's like,
I was gonna say it's one of the only chances she might have something to contribute, since this is
Yeah.
something she could be familiar
no,
with.
like maybe, but like the ghosts that you talked with a lot of their ghosts, a lot,
Yeah.
but they weren't usually that skinny, but they also were ghosts, so that's
Yeah.
like.
She'd at least give the party that information, that the type of giant that we saw looked familiar to those who are in the dead city. She's very familiar with their ghosts and their rituals and the way they act there, but they've been dead for a very long time. But she's never seen a living one, so that's very exciting.
That's interesting.
But
yeah,
it's odd to see one outside the dead city.
It is
Yeah.
weird, yeah. But I mean, it's a continent. There might have been enclaves elsewhere. But yeah, with that in mind, after you feed Purser and get him ready for captaining, you guys.
Pioneer does scold him a little bit for all the ink like up his arms. It's like, I know that we're kind of rich now, but don't be wasteful. Come on, Purser. You know better than this.
The speed at which he was writing it splattered everywhere.
He was lost in the sauce.
Magic is messy work. He's like chowing down on like the spicy Cheetos or whatever it is.
What's a spicy French food? That's what I'm trying to think. Like,
Oh, if it's on Darren, I don't know.
right?
Actually, I remember Colwarn really liked those like spicy, crunchy spiders. I think that
Yeah.
was on Darren.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, it's not quite fried, but definitely like how you would how you'd season small potatoes. Like, it's basically chopped up spiders, ample amounts of butter, lots of spices, then baked, and yeah.
Oh, mwah. He's just like no,
Yeah,
like a cookie
and
monster.
That's great.
So,
Alright.
this happened like off screen and in DMs and in the bivouac, but Poniard has talked to a lot of the party members and posts that she is definitely acting differently. Kind of like flirtatious towards Indigo and Leo, but also kind of like weirdly motherly towards Purser just now. And yeah, she's making sure it's like, okay, like you should drink some water, make sure you have something more than just a spicy food. Like, as we're filling, is like Stormlord, Creepy Giant, have a meeting. You have to be with it.
Alright, that's
Oh,
great.
okay.
I do have a question. What's the matter with me?
I don't know. You're
There's
on fire.
nothing wrong with Purser.
It's it. Yeah, there's nothing
Oh,
wrong with
yeah.
Purser.
Balthazar. No, nothing. There's clearly nothing.
You
wrong with
weren't
Balthazar.
really present for the alley conversation. Don't worry, you'll get your turn.
I just want to know what happened in our conversation to push you towards
Right.
mothering Purser.
Okay,
Should
well,
I?
well,
You don't have to explain
so
it. I'm just
nothing
Okay, the
necessarily in the conversation itself, but she's like a little bit older than you, which I wasn't expecting.
by like a few months.
2 years.
It's like not even 30 days. I don't know what you're talking
2 years for
I believe his judgment is time.
but the thing that really triggered it is like coming in and seeing you like full Gollum mode, like must write it better, Precious. Must get down the information, Precious. And it's like, oh,
What the
All right,
fuck?
Pur-
That was
all right,
crazy impression.
all right, Purser. I understand. You want to farm Sunwell in World of Warcraft. Let's go.
Ugh.
Yes, I know. Sunwell's very hard. Let's leave.
Okay, but yes, once everyone is appropriate to meet with the Stormlord,
yeah, that's what we're
what
going
that
Yeah.
looks like is up to each person. But-
I'll go back down and get my coat to cover up the ink stains. Those don't come off with cleansing stones since it's magical ink.
That's fair. Yeah,
that's-
honestly, that's probably
I
necessary.
think I accidentally gave Dan PTSD a fucking Nuru.
I don't know. What that
does
is.
prestidigitation work on that or no?
I'm role playing.
I just
The cleansing stones are.
you know more about fucking mechanics in this game than I ever will. You forget more than I've learned.
Well, Purser's getting his code, but like
He's
Balthazar's just
determined
doing
it's a spite
handstands
thing.
bored.
He will not let prestidigitate clean Purser because I was horrified when I found out Purser didn't have it. I
No,
remain
there's
horrified.
cleansing stones.
Anyway,
Yes, a cleansing stone substitutes it. Fine.
Yeah,
While
yeah,
we're on
you
the-
get power washer.
While we're on the way, I just want to pitch my kill Selshadris pitch
Okay.
to Purser.
Casual conversation of like,
Yeah.
so no, we're
Indigo.
going to meet with the Stormlord. What about this other one? That's fair. Just putting it out there. No, I mean, like, that is something to talk to the party about. Like, to be fair, if it would happen, talking with the party about it is a damn good idea. So,
yes,
okay.
please don't go solo. And surprises for the hey, look, guess who I just killed last night? Oh, fuck.
That's great. You are no longer part of the Mickey.
Mhm.
Please
Yeah.
don't.
We never
Okay.
knew who you were.
I have to be somewhere. But yes. So, does anyone put on any particular like pick? Are you in like the finest of knotted ropes, or like what are the different people
I think
bring?
she only has her tribal clothes unless they've done the dress shopping trip with Pawnee. But otherwise, she only has her normal clothes because they don't exactly make a lot of clothes for her.
It would need to be custom, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like we'd have to go get it made.
Between the small size, the wings, and the like wrong number of arms, even halfling clothes don't fit at all. Like, yeah.
The wrong
Like
number of
if,
arms, yeah.
I think that would have happened when we were on like our
You
kind
did
of
have
like
a shopping,
yeah,
thing. Yeah, you could definitely have done that.
She would just trust Pawnee to figure out what the hell it would look good as what she is. She's like, I don't wear soft body people things.
Well,
And
the
they're
great news
silly.
is that with her experience with her best friend Becca, she knows what not to do. So probably like less
Like,
address.
what do you put on a fluffy moth person? I'm actually curious here.
So with her coloration, let me cook.
Okay.
Not
Just
really a
'cause-
dress, but more like the Indian style sari, but in
Okay.
like a dark royal blue with
Mm.
like embroidered silvery stars would really
Okay.
work well with Pick's coloration of like the whiter fluff and her dark eyes.
Oh,
Kind of
I,
like
I
giving
I get for coloration. I'm just thinking of like it's gonna look puffed out because Pick
I,
is
I, I was
inherently
gonna
fluffy.
I was gonna say just a gigantic winter sweater.
Then just go for cute. Just be like, well, we can't just go for cute.
Yeah, we can't
Put it
hide
in a
the
She just ends
sweater.
up looking like Kenny from South Park. Like you can't
Oh god.
you can't hear the clicks, right?
No, but they won't assume
No,
anything
you know,
of her.
I think that like kind of like a sash, like a silk, well, not silken, a satiny, kind of like the sari would work better than like any real clothes.
Okay.
It is puffy, but it's not
It'll be
like
puffed out a little. Yeah.
constricting clothes. It's more
Okay.
drapey.
Okay. Yeah, it's it is certainly doable. And with somebody there to like, to basically tailor it to you, pick. That'd be 25 gold, by the way, for fine clothes. Um, with that in mind, or I think it's 25 or 50. I'll look it up.
I paid the
But
25.
I would
think about how
probably
little fabric they have to use. Maybe it's cheaper.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more difficult to get like
Fashion is
with it.
about scarcity. It's clothes fine. Oh no, it's wait a minute, let me make sure it's the right one here. I think it's 15 actually. Come on, blah, 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 blah. Sorry. Um, it's fine clothes. 15. Okay, never mind. It's 15. Okay.
I've
So
added 10 gold back on.
there you go. Yeah, with that pick, I want your opinion on this. This will make like it's different. It's up to you if you think it's nice or not. But it it's not gonna make it hard to fly, but it will make it hard to land without this like flowing kind of drapey thing not like landing around you. So like I you might
This is
need to
pretty
stay
terrible,
fluttering a
but
lot.
this is pretty terrible, but she's going to just try to not take off and let down as often. She'll just pick someone to stand on, which is typically Purser. But
Okay.
if she's going to be party head at the moment, she may
Okay.
ask Pawnee or
Oh, Pawnee would
Leo.
1,000 like us ladies have to stick together. Like
She'll be
Okay,
like,
okay.
I'll just. That way, she doesn't have to take off and set down very often, and she'll just look as majestic as possible on Pawnee, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
and with Pawnee's fine clothes for Stormreach, like very kind of like the more like, hey, this is a really humid environment. So yeah, I think that could match.
Yeah, that's
That
fine.
is sorry.
It's mostly just adds a lot of silk like flowing off of your head, but yeah, with a very ornate headdress, Pawnee,
No, we
in
can
the
go
form of moth
shorter.
person. Uh, yeah, you guys head out. I feel like Indigo is along with Purser in like always immaculately dressed, but like, does he put on
Dress,
anything different?
dress. I mean, he's always wearing like a fine silk with like a really breathable like cotton-based linen under it from
I always
like that was
imagined like,
special order from Talenta Plains.
yeah, I always imagined like something, a mixture of like sportswear and like black
Yeah.
something, like a lot of black, whatever it was. That was always
It,
my
it,
image.
it's usually mixes of like dark purples, dark blues, not quite black, as black can actually kind of like trigger the eye a little bit more than just something kind of naturally dark and not quite pitch
Oh,
black.
I didn't think it was for tactical. I just figured Indigo seems like the guy to have like, this is a slightly blacker turtleneck. Shut up.
That's exactly what it is. Great pull, great pull. But yeah, a lot of like dark purples, a lot of dark blues, with just hints of like pops of color here and there for the most part, but subtle.
Okay. And Balthazar, if I remember correctly, you went with like white with gold trim, right? I think that was because you had a fine set commissioned back on the islands when you were visiting like Drow important Drow people.
Indeed, I would say maybe it got hemmed a little bit, so where if I do need to start swinging, my arms aren't really held back.
So when you do like a release, it didn't come with the sleeves off, but last time you fought in it, it blew the sleeves off. That sounds right,
Yeah.
honestly. And
Yes.
okay. Actually, I'll just ask Leo, like, are you wearing, besides your new mantle, are you wearing like, what does our Undaran fellow decide here?
I think well, for one thing, I wouldn't really want to change because I'm in uniform right now. I'm on duty.
Okay,
But
that's
but also
Berkshir's
like
thing.
my
You can get away
normal
with it.
clothes and armor are really fancy.
Yeah,
So like
that's why I was saying, like, I don't know if you need to change, but
I'm pretty extra as it is. Like I think that I literally fucking sparkle. So like
yeah.
you guys have to get on my level.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Poniard will never be on your level.
It's okay. She's beautiful in her own way.
It's like when I turn off
She's got a charisma
the
14.
lights, he literally fucking glows. Like, this is some bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poniard wouldn't want to glow when the lights are off.
Oh, I know,
It defeats the purpose.
You know, like in rom-coms and Disney movies, when the fucking like the female lead sees the cute boy for the first time, and then it zooms in, and like the screen starts sparkling, and he does like a hair flip. Like that's pretty much Leo all the time.
I feel
That's why
like
we love Leo.
there is some potential legal action I should take on behalf of my my
YouTube
currently
channel.
non-existent CL, but that's
Oh,
fine.
the one that
Like,
was Bieber
yeah.
flipping in the rain. Yeah, yeah.
It's you can't help it. He's just that awesome. Uh, but okay, so everybody's dressed to the nines in varying degrees, or at least free of ink stains as you head out. Okay. The Are you gonna head right there, or do you want to stop to get like more spider bits or something to do as a housewarming, Chris?
Well, we were
Probably street food
did
would not be a great option there, but
did Purser respond? We were talking about preparation. I might have zoned on some stuff, but did we talk about the Indigo pitching the fucking
oh
spider
yeah.
assassination?
That's fair. Yeah, as you're walking. Yeah.
If we do it, I don't think it's a good idea to blame it on one of the Stormlords.
Mm. Well, who should we blame it on then? Because
We don't?
I think that would require more research into her potential enemies. Because if we just try to like blame anybody that's not really particularly pissed off with her, then it would just be weird. But if she has an ongoing feud with somebody, more so than the normal Stormlord, because fuck this place, they're all feuding against each other. But if someone really hates her, that would be the person that I would suggest going for.
like
Fair
if
point.
what was her relationship with and this is to the DM, do we know if her relationship with Calendon, was it contentious?
It was like think like how big predators act around each other. Like there's respect via distance. She was a Stormlord, which is a position, doesn't matter what he spent, it was going to be almost impossible for him to get. He might not have even wanted it, but it's one of those. Her position was big, wherein his personal power was much bigger. There was probably some niceties, but you never heard of direct conflicts or direct positive interactions. She probably had a very good idea of a lot of shenanigans he might have been up to. To what extent, who knows? But it's one of those things where they didn't poke at each other, at least not publicly.
The thought is, what if well, they already suspect that the Stormlords had something to do with Calendon's death. Why don't we give them what they asked for?
That could completely destabilize the city, and we do have some things that we wish to continue doing. As Leo said before, very aptly, that we are trying to curry favor with the Stormlords. Next question. If we don't have someone who we obviously know absolutely hates this man, who benefits the most from her death? Who is the next in line and who is ambitious?
That is a very fair thing. Like you could look into her it's a family business. You could, I mean, you might even be able to get support from within the family if you find somebody who might want her, like, hey, I could be the next Stormlord type thing. I mean, anybody doing that is not going to be morally better. Yeah, I'll help you kill my aunt, but or whatever. But that's something to think about. It is a family business, so to speak.
Indeed.
So
My
something,
personal suggestion is that we very, very carefully look at this so we don't do it, from the hip. We don't do it on a whim. This must be meticulously planned and absolutely perfectly executed.
I I don't mind. I don't mind the idea, but we're already on thin ice killing that guy. How about we just curry favor, get our thumbs up from Mishann, and we get out of this fucking city?
I
Personally,
mean
I agree with that.
that is fair coming from Balthazar. He his whole thing is like, I'm so close. I'm so close to getting away from
I
this
have
fucking
died in this shithole of the city.
yeah.
I've seen two of my friends die in this shithole of the city. I'm quite done with this shithole of the city.
That is fair. It was a thought. I think a noble one at that, and I don't
What?
think that I have too many of those. But
Oh, Indigo, sweetie, if we
No
killed
comment.
every single shit bag that lived in this city, it would be depopulated.
You will be a
And
1,000 and probably be the last man standing.
Where is
well, then who would come for me?
that's the great part. You say you can't find peace by killing. That's nonsense. I just kill everybody else. No one's gonna mess with me after that. uh oh yeah. But yeah, so as you guys are walking, you are heading into the district of Respite once again. The nice part of the city. The nicest part of the city. Um, you have the flowering tropical greenery that carefully covers everything, combined with the much higher quality of life for the relatively affluent here. Does answer the question of why someone would put up with Stormreach. Um, Going into Stormhaven, basically Billionaire's Lane, you're once again stopped by guards who look like they're actually doing their jobs at keeping the peace, or at least checking everyone. Um,
they're
they do,
protecting the assets of the billionaire class, let's be honest.
well, yeah. That's I'll avoid that one, the low-hanging fruit there. Yeah,
It's usually the
the,
rightist.
they, all right. Once again, I'm not touching that. Okay. Um, so yeah, they do let you through, but they look over all of you quite closely. Although it's not a hostile. Like it's you get the feeling this is kind of procedural, and they're not like all of you are dressed well enough that it's not like a why are you here like it was the first time you visited. Um, First time you visited, there was a lot. It for some reason took a lot longer to check you. It's that random TSA fuckery. Um, but yeah, the Omaren Villa isn't hard to find as it's one of the biggest and has Warforged of the Iron Watch guarding it alongside some pretty impressive looking House-Deneath mercenaries. Um, none of the guards here look in any way less than lethal. These are some dangerous people guarding the place. Um, but yeah, how do you want to introduce yourselves? Housekeeping or like what do you want to do?
No, I don't think we should say that.
Jesus Christ.
We are here on behalf of the Stormlord, a giant by the name
Housekeeping.
We're here on. So are you like you're here on behalf of MKA or
Yes,
like?
we're here on the behalf of MKA, a giant madam by the name of, I forgot her name.
I will bring him up. Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, please. Yeah, called for us. We're here for the offer from the Stormlord.
Okay.
Let me in.
Darling, it's perhaps less of an offer and more of an order from the Stormlord to summon the MKA at our earliest convenience. And of course, with the Stormlord being so important as she is, we came post haste.
You can see this the life just sucked out of Balthazar's eyes. He was
I mean, to be like the Warforged you're talking to doesn't like respond positively or negatively, but just glances to the Denise guard. Um, yes, they are. Um, and one of like they gesture towards one of the like 12 guards who are basically just outside. One of them goes in and they just wait, like no small talk. The House Beneath guards, at least you can see their faces, but the Iron Watch guards are just it's always hard to tell what a Warforged is thinking.
I
Um,
matched your cold, deadless eyes with mine.
it's you may have mastered it. They were born in it. But
Ah,
Yeah. I was
yeah,
yes, they were created for it. I had to
molded
perfect
by it.
it. Yes, they
But
were made to do it. I perfected it over years.
yeah.
Which Stormlord are we here to see? Like, what is her specialization?
The
Paula?
Omaren Stormlord, and she, just common knowledge, all of you would be at least somewhat aware that her family handles infrastructure in the city, specifically, like the main investment areas besides basic infrastructure are the city's foundry. Um, they helped really bring House Denith in pretty thoroughly. Um, yeah, kind of
Enemies
the
with York
infrastructure.
and Amantu, right? Am I getting that right? The Amantu family?
Yes. Yeah, definitely, definitely a Montu. There is some comically bad blood there. But yeah,
Started here in March.
let's see here.
Oh, I have here in my notes rumors of her and the local head of House Denise being romantically involved. Oh,
There are some. Yeah,
that could be spicy.
yeah. But let's
Don't try to
see.
blackmail her, please.
We always keep it in the pocket.
It's yeah, imply.
Yeah, in
But
that bottom row cargo pants pocket. Forget you have.
I do forget I have that.
that's fair. Yeah, that's forgotten stuff though.
sorry.
But
I'll behave.
you
I'll
have
behave.
let's see,
What?
passing.
Who are we speaking to? Sorry, I forgot her name.
Paulo Amarion.
Paula
Uh,
Marion.
yeah.
Omaren.
Let's see here. Okay, so once it's basically verified that you were indeed invited, you are welcomed into the villa by several servants with a courtesy that's bordering on fawning. Offers of take your coat, that type of thing. Um, I I feel like that's gonna be a no for everyone, but they would offer.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I will say thank you, but I'm here on business, and just walk right past him.
okay, yeah, no, like it's once the servants will follow behind you, continuing like till they finish their spiel, and then they'll peel off. But um, yeah, you're shown through a home that is at least a partially refurbished giant building based on the height of the ceilings. It's expensive to build like this, and nobody who doesn't either have a need or an obsession for imitating ancient giant architecture like the Sulatar bothers with it. This is like it's either she refurbished something or if she built like this, she's crazy, or just burning money. Eventually, you find yourselves in an open air courtyard that overlooks most of the district as well as much of the southern half of the city. All all around there are tropical flowering plants and a fountain that feeds into a swimming pool below via a small artificial waterfall. In the center of the courtyard is a huge stone table covered entirely with a detailed scale model of the city. Sitting in something like a throne at the end is a beautiful human woman in a red and black outfit reminiscent of a captain's garb, with a faintly glowing blade at her side. Leaning over the table and looking intently at it is the giantess you met earlier, Ileko. They both look up as your group comes inside. Ileko, with her reserved demeanor, only gives a slight nod, but presumably Lady Omaren pushes herself up out of her seat with a sudden energy. Okay, it is good to meet you at last. She walks over to you. I've been looking forward to seeing the heroes who have provided some much needed law and order to this fine city. She goes around and starts like shaking anyone's hand who will extend it.
I'll be
shake her hand.
present.
I absolutely love what you've done with the place, darling. The details on the fresco is particularly impressive.
Yeah, and she gestures towards the many free seats around this comically oversized table. Please seat yourselves. Hungry? Thirsty? I can have my chef prepare something if anyone wishes.
Do you have Honduran wine?
Of course.
That's the correct answer.
Panya just rests your hand on
Congratulations.
Leo's knee, and it's like, my friend here would absolutely adore it if you provided some Honduran wine. So you've been looking forward to meeting us?
One sec here. Let me name up.
Oh, we're already dropping spells on her. We're all immediate aggro.
Paulo is cool. I like her. Don't trust anybody as sneaky or sneakier than me.
That,
And
you know what? That's
I hate
fair.
giants, so you know.
You know what? That's also fair.
I cast Pawnee to sit by the giant because she wants to creepily look at her because she's neat. She's never seen a living one, so she's really excited.
Oh, this one looks like an actual pirate. Hell yeah.
Let me just put up the name here to forestall this.
And I don't want to dominate game time for it, but Pick will probably ask the giantess some questions. Because she'll be like,
okay.
have you ever seen your people in the dead city? This is so interesting. Where are you from? You're very pretty. You're much prettier when you're alive.
Much prettier when you're alive is the most insane thing to ever
There's a
say.
quote. There's a
Yeah, gonna start
Drop-
using that
drop it
one
in
in
the
the bar.
quotes.
Hey, baby, you look much
Someone
prettier
drop
when you're
it now.
alive.
Thank you for that.
Very
Oh, God.
briefly, so do I actually have any files on this person? Because in the list that you gave me before, I don't think I have her.
She's not marked as super dangerous, at least like so she's probably skilled enough, given her
I mean,
the way
she's
her
a
family
Stormlord.
chooses, leaders, but she doesn't seem to have been marked as someone who's like been involved with shady shit in a known fashion or is secretly a 12th level, arcane caster. So, like as
Yes.
far as the notation you got, she wasn't worthy of note beyond, she's a Stormlord. Like
Okay.
My
I think
my
there's an
only
assumption you know that.
my only care is, does the bitch know power or kill? No. Okay, let's move on.
Probably not. But I won't promise it.
Hopefully not.
I remember there being. I got the feeling that she's like the least competent of all of the Stormlords.
No, that was dipshit we just saved.
Oh well, next to him, yes.
She's a young up and comer. Is a lot of this like the city info.
Like she's
And
made some very public mistakes, I think, right?
Her family made some horrific mistakes that she's been digging them out of. To her credit, she's been digging them out of it, but her family was in a horrific position when she took over. But I also am just now seeing, because I was busy putting an image, I see a detect thoughts. What is the detect thoughts being directed at? And
Strangely
how
enough,
subtle
not.
are you being with this?
I would like to just like while everyone else is doing pleasantries and whatever, just do my thing and slip behind something, break line of sight, quickly, quietly cast it, and then reappear like nothing even happened. Just
On who though? Who are you targeting?
I'm targeting the giant,
Yeah.
Eleko.
We do know that she's telepathic. I don't know if that matters, but
So, detect thoughts directed at Eleko is there is a moment's like uh, just silence, which is not usually something you get with detect thoughts, and then there's like a faint buzzing that gets louder the longer you focus on her.
Oh boy, that makes me even less. Yeah, I hate this even more. Uh, just to pick it over the network. I can't read her thoughts. She's guarding them.
Incidentally,
Well, she is
Replying
probably very powerful and
replying
advanced.
immediately. If you're not getting anything from the surface, back off immediately. Hopefully she doesn't really tag you with it. And do you want me to take the lead with this conversation?
before I will add in here that pick your network is cutting in and out.
Oh
Um,
shit.
Mm,
since you came into the courtyard here, it's
interesting.
like you
that's
guys are
frustrating.
getting, you can get the message across, but it's dropping, and it's like it's really fuzzy.
Pick warns them of that, and when she's going through her compliments of the giant and asking her questions as all the other people are talking about things she's not necessarily as focused on, she'd be
Mhm.
like, "Why is it hard to talk to you? Why is it hard to talk here?"
I love it.
Oh God.
Just
I
fix
love
the
Okay.
Pick so
problem.
much. Pick
I
amazing.
I'll
yeah.
just clap my hands and say, "All right, what do you require from us?"
Okay. So I hear that. Purser as the captain of, or as the was that the term given as the guy in charge? Did you have anything you wanted to do here?
Nothing specifically.
Nothing specific. Okay, so you're just kind of letting everybody vibe. Right. That's fair. Um, all right. Then yeah. Once you guys like seat yourselves at various points, it doesn't seem like she's willing to immediately get to the point here, much to Balthazar's frustration. She's definitely playing up the hostess role. Um, and
Does the giantess seem responsive at all?
she will like the flood of questions. Uh,
She's very
probably answer
excited.
probably
Cue
answer
the
some of
smoking
them.
rat meme.
She will probably answer some of the like. Why is it? What was the list of questions? This is like this is revenge for the hyperactive child that I stuck on Purser.
There you
What
go.
was the list of questions? It
First, she
was
complimented her
right.
and flattered her.
You look better alive, right?
Yes, and are you? Where are you from? Because the only time I've seen any of you is in the Dead City. And
Uh,
why is it hard to talk to you?
uh,
Why is it hard to talk here?
okay. So you look better
Those are the
alive.
relevant ones.
Just gets a raised eyebrow, and she says, "Thank you." They
And she does say she's only seen her people in the Dead City. That
right,
she's very pretty.
and she will say that I'm from many different places on Zendrik. It's I'd like to call the whole continent my home, but there's some places I prefer. I've spent a great deal. I have very fond memories of uh, being growing up, at least in some areas around the Dread Lake. The mists are beautiful there. And as far as why is it hard to talk, he says, my apologies. I try to, there's an ambient defense I try to put up so that no one tries to unduly influence the Lady Omaren. It can make all forms of psionic communication difficult.
Pick just
Not
looks
that
at
I
her
don't
very
trust
sad.
you, folk, but it's common sense.
Pick just looks at her very sad and says in 3 Crane, "That is how I talk." But it is the click speaks because she's just like, "That is how I talk."
Oh,
She nods a little bit and says, in your mind, no worries, I can understand you just fine. And yeah, but as far as being wined and dined here, or there's several bottles of wine brought out, all from. This is one of those things like back home. This would be somebody trying to show off the vintages brought out, Leo. Like these are really good wines, or at least really acclaimed years. Quality is subjective, but this is like I said, this would be somebody trying to show off back home. You don't really know which to pick first. The best sounding one is a particular kind of rainbow shard wine, which is supposed like that year. Not only does it change flavor, it's also supposed to like evoke emotion, according to the most dedicated wine connoisseurs. It probably is just a good year, but still.
Hello,
Yeah.
I'm back. I have been summoned.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, as I was saying, this is a back home. This would be someone showing off the quality of the wines that are brought out, like really good vintages.
Uh-huh.
The best being a particularly rare vintage of rainbow shard wine. But yeah, that's brought out, and once she has everybody seated and with a wine glass in front of them, uh, she's not entirely sure what to do with Pick just nesting on Pawnee. Pick, are you willing to be moved to a different seat? Or are you just
I
gonna?
mean, what are we going to do? Because you said this is already a very giant table, so either she can sit on the table.
They would have like there definitely are seats for people of smaller
It's a booster
stature.
seat.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
They've
a
got
more
a booster seat. She's
it's
willing
a
to
more
move, but she's just like
dignified one, but this is definitely something for halflings and gnomes. So yeah,
A
they definitely
dignified
have it.
booster seat.
Yeah.
dignified booster seat. Thanks.
Oh, really? Like that is
Yeah.
it's if she has to deal with other stormlords, one of them are the gnome family. So
And the other one's a
um,
dwarf.
yeah. Although I feel like dwarves would just settle with being half, like they would rather not have the booster seat. But yeah, so with that, yeah, if you're willing to be seated separately, she has a glass of wine in front of everyone. Offers of various whatever, but she sits back down at her big not quite throne and looks over everyone intently and says, "Are you familiar with this city's history? At least the modern version since humans arrived?"
Yeah, Purser, of course, is.
Okay, do you say so, or is it just
Yeah,
a nod?
I'll talk personably about it a bit, but
Okay. Yeah, well, she eagerly dovetails in, like, whatever you say. Well, as it can be complex, but a simplified version is the city was started by pirates who were preying on the trade route between the Unity of Riedra and the colonies they founded. Stormreach was just an outlaw harbor back then, but it grew and a few pirate lords rose above their fellows. Uh, 200 years ago, the High Kingdom of Galifar agreed to respect our sovereignty if we accepted one of their captains among us. How we ended up with 5 ruling families here. Everyone handles some aspects of the city's government. From what I've heard, you've met with a few already. The Sel Shadra were a family of gnomes who took care of our legal system, magistrates and such. The Lassites are a human family that handles diplomatic matters between us and other nations. Also make sure commerce flows smoothly, keeping merchants happy. The Wilkseses are a family of half-elves that originally forced on the city as part of our agreement with Galifar. They still don't technically hold the title of Stormlord, but given that they control the harbor and everything tied to it, including tariffs, they're certainly peers of ours. And the Amantu are a Dwarven family that were founded and are still run by one of the most bloodthirsty and savage of the founders, Yorick Amantu. He was there when the deal with Galifar was struck, and the city is worse for it. Well, he's in charge of the Stormreach Guard. I'm sure you've seen them already, the thugs in uniforms.
Yes, not like your
God.
Iron Watch. Very professional force.
Thank you. The city needed something reliable to counter extreme threats. And of course, there's my own family. The Omarens have always given to the city without thought of the cost since before it was even properly established. Often at a great personal loss, I will add. Our founder, Delora Omaren, took on the responsibility to handle city infrastructure, almost all of which the other families ignored. She nearly went bankrupt, ensuring that the city's foundry and forges were running to give us some industry. Can't always just be a trade port. 90 years later, her grandson, Castel, tried a desperate maneuver to take control of the city. He was trying to purge some of the worst excesses of the other lords, which had driven us Omarens to the brink of financial ruin. He failed, and even more crooked deals were forced on my family to keep us desperate. And she just kind of gets quiet for a minute, staring at the model of the city on the table. Things stayed like that for nearly 100 years. My father began to turn Omaren's fortunes around, and without any false modesty, I've finished his work. I reached out to Canada South to ensure the foundry has the latest technological advancements. I've made ties with House Deneath and founded the Iron Watch, which, as you pointed out earlier, are the only real defenders worthy of the name in the city. And all of this spiel to say that I am not a woman who misses opportunities. I refuse to. You and Mishann as a whole are one such opportunity. I want you to know that the MKA, and more accurately, Prince Orgav, has my support. And you're all welcome to stay at the villa when you're here in Stormreach.
We are deeply honored by such an offer, and I do find it absolutely atrocious that people don't really appreciate the role that infrastructure, by this recent storm alone, is a very good. It's a very good way to showcase that robust infrastructure. Any other city that I've been into in recent times would have been absolutely flooded, but it handled it with aplomb, some might say.
Not only that, but your partnership with House Deneath has been, I would say, very fortuitous for the city. They needed a firm hand and guidance.
That's been my hope. But with that in mind, I do have some things that I think would be mutually beneficial if you're willing to help me out with them while you're staying here.
My lady, the MKA is nothing if not an organization of mutual beneficence.
Wonderful. Well, the first is honestly pretty simple. A brand new archaeological dig site just outside of the city was attacked a few days ago. The lead archaeologist is having some trouble with the native drow, I believe, someone, and has requested my Iron Watch assist him. It's just far enough outside the city boundary that I'm not entirely comfortable sending them. I'd be happy to pay your group if you could handle the matter before it escalates into yet another feud with some tribe.
I don't want to insult you, but we are rather expensive.
And busy.
He grins. Well, can't promise grand riches, but as I said, I think mutually beneficial aspects are key to ensuring Omaren and Mishann are working side by side.
She's good.
So then I would assume that this would include the formal recognition of new sire.
Oh, of course.
Poniard glances at the other members of the MKA.
I think it is important we help because I do not want them to hurt the tribal drow.
Leia looks enthusiastic. This
My
is going to
big
be easier than
request.
most of the other ones, honestly.
Yes, my big request is that you will, with the other Stormlords, of course, will work on that. Sign an official declaration recognizing Mishann. Anything else will be a bonus to me.
Sure, I'll sign something. I don't see what the issue would be there.
That my lady, I can't help but notice that you said that that was one of two things. What's the second?
Well, we'll address the others later on. They're still a bit up in the air, so to speak, but at the moment, I think this is a good introduction.
I would say that at least having an idea of what we're looking at down the road, just so that we have an overall feeling of which way this partnership is going to go after we take care of this, the issues that you're having with the dig site might be appreciated.
I understand, and that type of uncertainty is a terrible thing to struggle with, and we all struggle with it every day.
Ponder just gives a little smile. It's like very. She's not going to say it out loud, but that was
super politician answer.
Oh yeah,
shit, yeah,
yeah. Of course, much appreciated.
And yeah, she doesn't name the exact price, but she does seem inclined to pay you something. And she makes it clear that she really doesn't care how it's resolved, but she doesn't want the lead archaeologist, Dedrick Bymar, killed. In like no matter what happens, she wants him safe since he is one of the best archaeologists are astonishingly important in this city, since they make a lot of their money by basically digging up, by basically grave robbing. So you want to authenticate as much as possible.
On that note, Leia would ask if she, like, how much she's willing to divulge about exactly what they were digging up, and if there's any greater context that she can give about
Oh,
the
I'm not
specifics.
sure. I'm honestly not sure. He was doing other work initially, and then we heard stories from adventurers who were returning that there was some type of green glow coming from an old pile not too far off the road.
If I may interrupt, I will need to go.
Yeah, I know. We're coming up.
Just making sure.
Yep. I'm not sure exactly what it was. It only showed up about 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure, but
well, like green glow is a rather non-specific sort of effect, but I suppose we'll have to figure out more once we get there.
Dedrick seemed very excited. He mentioned something about potential network. I don't know, but regardless, deal with the tribals how you need to. They're a violent nuisance. They always have been.
Pick makes it subtle but displeased click.
Yeah, if she notices, she doesn't say anything. Like she mostly just like she doesn't seem to have a deep hatred. She just she views them as a violent nuisance.
Well, as you say, my lady, perhaps we can actually come up with a mutually beneficial relationship.
Wonderful. Well, unfortunately, business is taking me elsewhere. Feel free to, as I said, ask my chefs for anything, any time of day or night. And if you'd like, I can have someone show you to any quarters you want to, if they're suitable. You could take a look
Oh,
at some
I'm sure that
clothes.
would be absolutely more than suitable. But right now we have a ship, but in subsequent visits to this fine city, I think that we would absolutely love to take you up on your splendid hospitality.
Well, don't let me keep you then. And he departs.
DM, for my
Um,
clarity,
yeah.
this Diedrich Beimer, he was like kidnapped, like no longer with them. He is being held by the Drow. Is that?
No, he's at a site and he's having issues, and he
Ah.
basically said call in the National Guard, and she doesn't want to send
Send
him that
help.
far out of the city. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
But I know you got to get going, other Sam. So feel free. That is where we'll end it for this session.
All
Thanks
right.
everybody for coming.
I find it really funny